Y'all need to speak. I'm like, I got to do a little this.
My voice and chopper squeeze. Love to speak loud.
You live on both of them?
Yeah. They always trying to bring up old
I got to know.
All right, Shalom. We are the real Hebrew Israelites to come in week and week out, prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, and to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you're the biblical Israelites according to the scriptures. For all that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Makakodash. We want to give double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to all used to see Akim that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. All right. Somebody can pull out. We can jump straight to Isaiah 9.
75.
Con.
Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments covered in blood.
Yeah, all the ancient battles, man. You know, the ancient wars, okay? Were swords, all right? You know, armor, shields, you know, bows and arrows, you know, the ancient chariots, you know, and even animals incorporated in those wars as well, man. You know, elephants, all right? Keep reading.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Yeah, this war that's going to happen, World War III, it's going to be with burning, fuel, and fire, okay? And it's the only war that's going to be fought that way. You know, if you look at these past wars, even World War I and World War II, okay, you can't necessarily say they were fought with burning fuel or fire, you know, because you had a whole different aspect to those wars. They might have used a bomb or a missile, you know, here and there. But this war to come, World War III, that's all you're going to see, man, okay? It's going to be millions upon millions of missiles being shot off from all different directions, from all different nations, man, all right? You know, and those are the weapons of the Lord's indignation, man, his righteous anger, man. All right, can you read that again, Baba Shah?
Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be the burning and fuel of fire.
That's right, World War III. And you see all over the news, all right, the main talk that's going on in the last couple of weeks has been World War III, all right? These other nations going back and forth, saying what they're going to do, saying what they got, threats, okay? See Russia sending threats, America sending threats, Joe Biden talking about Armageddon, okay? And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans still think it's a fucking joke, you know? Here it is, you got the prophets out on the highways and byways saying it, and then you got these top scholars, you got these people in the government, politicians, presidents. Well, you can just lay it right next to this one, the water. Politicians, presidents, you know, it's all on the news.
Even the military generals.
Yeah, the military generals. You see, North Korea just shot off a missile all the way across. You know, the majority.
Japan.
Yeah, all across. They said they shot a missile that went 2,800 miles and landed in the sea, man. You know.
They were shooting missiles before Kamala Harris came over that way, and they shot missiles after she left.
Right.
If I may add, brother, if you're not paying attention to what's going on, the Lord is putting the spirit out there for the ones that are in the know to see that war is coming about, and it's all going to be in the sense of nuclear missiles, man. All missile talking in the news, man.
Right.
That's it. That's the main thing that's going on in regards to war, like the brother's saying.
Yeah, they popping shots. You know, it's like these niggas in the gangs, they ride by, they ain't really necessarily trying to shoot at them yet, but they shooting in their direction to let them know, yeah, what's up. You know, they shooting in the air, they shooting to the right, they shooting buildings, putting holes. You come home, there's a hole in your house, a couple bullet holes in the wall. You know, that's what's going on with these nations right now, man. They popping shots, you know. But soon those shots, hey, they're going to zone in, man. They're going to use the scope, okay? You know, they ain't planning on missing no more. Ain't no more warning shots, man. Ain't no more bullshit. Ain't no more going back and forth, man. You know,
I
you got it, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. It says, Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying that I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Yeah, and a lot of our people, they think that's us. They think they're the deceivers. These so-called Christians, they'll use that scripture and say that's those guys in the garments, man. They're trying to deceive. They're coming in the name of some Yahuwah, Yahweh Shai, or sometimes they don't even get the name right, man. You know, and they proclaim us to be the deceivers, man. And they proclaim the truth to be these pork chop eating pastors, man. You know, and these priests, man. Keep going.
It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And these are the times that we're living in right now. We're living in the times of wars and rumors of wars right now, man. You know, that's the talk of the town right now, okay? The talk of the earth, all right, is wars and rumors of wars, man, all right? These nations talking about what they got, and they're also testing, all right, their products, man. They're testing the new technology. So they ain't just talking that shit. They really showing it, you know? They saying, I got this, I got that. And not only they're going to say that, they're like, here it is right here. We just tested it, you know. We're going to make it land in the ocean. We're going to show the capabilities we got, what we can do. You know, and they just showing you what they some of the shit they got, you know. The real top, the upper echelon, the stuff they really got, the prestige technology, they ain't even let that hit the surface yet. They ain't even bragging or talking about that. You know, they testing that in secret.
If I may add to what you're saying, they have some countries have parades like China and Russia. They have parades with their missiles.
Right.
And then I seen some news, and it's on social media, but
right.
Russia has this Poseidon missile, where it's an underwater nuclear missile, and if it comes up and if it hits some land or something, or if it explodes in the water, it can make a tidal wave up to 1,600 feet, man.
Yeah.
And that's washing out the whole goddamn inlet.
Right.
Whatever's next to that water, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, to take out the Navy. Because a lot of these naval vessels are capable of carrying nuclear missiles, you know? So they would use that. The whole fleet is headed over to China, headed over to Japan, you know, Iran, North Korea, Russia, whatever. They would shoot one of them joints in there, a couple of them joints, and a big old tidal wave come wash up all them naval vessels, man. And them missiles as well, all the way to the bottom of the ocean, man. You know? Keep going, bro.
It says, continuing in verse 6, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So the talkers of the wars and the people preparing themselves and showing using a show of force, because that's what it is when they speak about on the news what they got and what they're going to do and what it is that they parade around themselves with. That it's a show of force, showing the capabilities, like the brother was saying.
Right.
It says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
That's right. These are the times that we're living in. That's twofold, man. You know, it's also talking about civil war, race wars, you know, the main focus being on Jacob and Esau. And also it's talking about these wars of the nations, man. These nations clashing heads, World War III. All right? You got it, bro.
It says, all these are the beginning of sorrow.
Yeah, that's just the beginning, man. You know, pestilence, famines, earthquakes. You know, you saw the hurricane that swept through the East Coast. This is just the beginning, man. You know, when you ain't got nothing to eat and people are out here dying from famine, from the lack of water, from malnutrition, from the lack of nutrition, that's just the beginning of sorrows, man. The beginning of mournings, man. All right?
If I may add to what you're saying, the pestilence is going into diseases, right? The STD rate in America has jumped up. He got all these other, there was another disease that happened. I seen an article on it just the other day where I think it was earlier today, where something came through some farmlands and they had to kill off some animals because of the disease.
Swine flu.
It was something else. I think it might have been that.
It was all the chickens.
No, it was
Okay,
cattle.
okay,
If I can find it, Lord's will, I'll speak on it. But I just read the headline and I was like, damn, more famine.
Yeah.
So that's going to cause more famine.
Yep.
Less food to be produced out there from the livestock and the animals.
Right.
Going into what the Lord said was going to happen to bring the beginning of sorrows.
And you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is using this devil to bring in that famine. Because Esau's unleashing all type of weird diseases upon the livestock, like the brother was bringing out upon the cattle, you know. you know, upon the birds, upon these different things that the people of the land eat, you know. So they're making it look like a crazy disease broke out and killed 1 million some chickens, man. You know, or killed a couple million birds, man. You know, they're making it look like it's just a crazy disease, man. But it's not. It's really these elites, you know, doing that. They're cutting checks out to these farm owners, man. You know, they're cutting checks at them to destroy their own livestock, man.
That's true.
You
I've
know?
seen articles on that.
Yeah, God. So they're forcing this. You know, everything this devil does is set up by design and by plan, man. You know, he doesn't do nothing to spur of the moment. You know, he's a very. The scripture says he's wiser than Daniel, man. He's a cunning hunter, man. You know, so he just don't do no sport. He ain't just walking in the woods and all of a sudden, oh shit, a deer, boom, we got him. Yo, deer just crept up on me. You know, nah, he's already set. He's already in position. He's got his traps. He's got his cameras. All right, he knows. You know, to a certain standpoint, when that shot's going to take place, man. You know, when that deer is going to be in his crosshairs, man. You know, you got it, brother.
I got another scripture. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 1. It says, the word that Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldees by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. So that means go out here and prophesy like you're supposed to. Right. Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Murdoch is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. Going into this Chesrei Borgia idol. All right, we broke that down through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah. We have notified the people that, hey, this is not what the Lord looks like. We have told the people that this is not their Savior. The so-called white man is not your Lord and Savior. Right. Let me see. There's a lot in here. Let me see. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 9. It says, for lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her from this, and she shall be taken by their arrows, shall be as one of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain.
That's right. It's talking about those nuclear missiles, those ICBM missiles, man. You know, which that means intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. They can shoot from one continent to the next continent. Some of these missiles they have are powered off the sun, man. So they can travel, you know, almost indefinitely, man. They never have to stop. They can just keep going around the earth if need be, man. You know? You read that last part again, Prophet Sean?
You want me to read the whole precept or the last part?
Just the last part. You can read that last verse. It's the last verse.
This is the last verse?
This
is Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain.
That's right. You know, because the technology that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has given these nations, man, you know, by their scientists, okay, these people that create and know how to splice atoms and have propulsion systems that also go along with the satellite guidance systems. You know, they say these missiles are so precise with their guidance systems that they can hit a head of a dime from 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 miles away, man. You know, so they're very precise. They literally can put a nuclear missile in your window, man. You know?
And the scriptures say that the missiles are going to leak through windows in the book of Joel.
Yeah, we get that.
Yeah, I think he's holding that.
Oh, yeah. You on 3? He's on 3.
Okay, yeah. We can, whenever the time.
Yeah, we get that. So go ahead. Somebody get the one the missiles won't break the rate.
That's the same one I was talking about. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 16:1. Who will be able to lead Babylon and Asia? Who will be able to lead Egypt and Syria? Gird up yourself with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, who may quench it.
Yep.
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Yeah, so there's nothing you can do to stop these missiles, man. There's nothing you can do to stop World War III, man. It's prophecy. No matter if you don't like it, if you don't agree with it, if you don't believe it, you know, keep going.
But it's like they're going into the prophecy. They're actually being told now.
Yep.
So Christianity can't help you. Idols can't help you.
Right.
Philosophies, your emotions, your opinions, your feelings it's not going to save you.
Right.
Hey, the truth is the only one that's going to save you. You have to be the elect.
Right.
If I may add to what you're saying, you said it's being told unto them, and it's actually also being shown.
That's right.
It's being shown, so people can't say that they don't know. It's being shown in the news. It's being shown while people walking up and down the streets. It's being shown on people's phones. It's being put in people's ears, not only by us saying it, but being on the news, on their phones. Even if some random stranger comes by and say, hey, you know, the RFID is the CH, you know, the C here. Somebody knows.
Right.
You know that.
And then they really ain't gonna believe it until it's too late.
Yep.
They ain't gonna believe it until it's already here. You know, they ain't gonna believe in World War III until they see a whole goddamn state get, you know, obliterated. Oh, it's real now. Oh, they weren't playing. It's World War III, it's here. You know, it's gonna be too late then. You know.
Look what they did in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Phones flying. People were just running away. And it showed you right there.
Running and crying. Nowhere.
Where was your idols then?
Yeah.
Where was your philosophy? Where was your opinions? Why didn't you sit there? You know how Negroes try to hide them in caves?
Yeah.
Why didn't y'all people hiding your beliefs?
Yeah, well, what happened to Jesus Christ?
Yeah, what happened?
Why didn't they just get on their
Right,
knees and
right.
put their hands together?
Why
and
didn't
start
they stand
praying?
firm
They don't really believe
and
that.
look up? Why didn't they stand firm and look up?
You know, why they put their hands and knees together? Oh, I'm just gonna bow down and pray to Jesus Christ. And I'll be okay.
Remember when they used to come up? They come up here to be like, "Well, we'll see at the end."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
they
see
saw
one.
a snippet.
Yeah, I see you on Judgment Day. You know,
Yeah,
I remember that bitch.
Then then we saw a snippet of that in Hawaii.
Yeah, God.
People just running around.
Right.
Keep going. It said a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
Right.
A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Yep.
Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Right. And as you see, you know, beginning with the first plague that's been out here, you know, first popular plague recently, you know, they thought that was going to go away. You know, as soon as that plague, you know, so-called quote unquote died down, all of a sudden you got another one popping out and another one popping out. It's going to continue like that, man. These plagues aren't going to stop until that fire comes, man. And that's a plague in itself.
So, like, if I may add, it wasn't a plague, it's just sickness. Look at what it's done to the economy. That you know, that situation, it broke down the economy, and it has even further made people more deranged.
People still stand 6 feet.
And people still wearing that. I was talking to a man yesterday.
Yeah.
And it broke down families. It broke down families with that.
Hey, I heard no famous.
So you ain't taking it. Don't come to no Zoom meetings no more.
It's a Zoom call.
Even when it gets better, we don't want
We don't want to hear what you got to say.
Yep. So the plagues of the Lord are not just a sickness, man. He breaks it. The Lord God is so intricate to break down the economy, the family structure, the just whatever the Lord wants it to break it down. And it's doing it. And so the plagues are more than just diseases. You got to understand that.
Right.
Keep going. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood.
Yep.
Or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it have begun to burn. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer.
Yeah. And once that arrow shot off, there ain't no turning back. You know, when that arrow gets when that band gets pulled back and releases that arrow.
It's like one Scorpion King at the end. With a rock shot.
Oh yeah.
Bow.
Right.
No. Matter of fact, remember when a dude tried to take the rock bow and try to shoot
Try to
it?
pull it back.
He said,
Couldn't pull it.
damn.
Wasn't strong enough.
And then we hit at the end. Dude tried to he thought he could catch it.
Yeah.
Turned back, let that arrow go.
God.
He tried to catch it.
Yep.
And he waited right to fire.
Yep. God. Ain't nothing you can be able to do to stop these missiles, man. You know?
You can't even pray to stop it.
Right.
He said that one thing was bad. He was like, he said he took his sword, he stood there, he thought he was gonna catch the arrow. Nope. He would say wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
And that's what our people fail to realize. These are the Lord's missiles, man. The Lord's setting this war up, man. You know, everything that's happening on the earth is because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is allowing it and making it happen. All right, simple as that. There's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as it just happened, okay, or luck, or whatever the case may be. Like these people like to use.
It says, "A one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
Right.
A fire shall go forth from his wrath."
Yep.
Mosquitoes and shit. But it says, "A fire shall go forth from his wrath." And who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
Right.
The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
Yeah, these people are about to be beaten to powder at his presence. You know, because the majority of our people do not understand, you know, or even believe the power that the Most High Yahweh has, man. They try to put a cap, okay, on the power or what the Most High Yahweh can do. You know, they try to say, oh, he can't do this or he won't do that or this and that. You know, hey, the Most High, at the end of the day, the Most High Yahweh is going to do what he wants to do, man.
Who's the ringleader? Esau.
Right.
Because just like the scripture says, the fear of our people have been taught by who? The
Right.
voices of men.
God. Hey, what does the scripture say? Hey, he said, if you can't stand before Leviathan, how you going to stand before the Lord? You know? And the Leviathan is a terrible beast, you know? And a lot of these people are going to drop at the sight of this beast, man. So how can you stand before the Lord, man? You know? Go ahead, bro.
So it says, the earth quaketh in the foundations thereof.
Yeah, and the earth is going to move when these nuclear missiles get shot off in volume, man. You know? When these nuclear missiles hit, man, hey, this whole earth is going to go rock to and fro, man. All these fault lines are going to move. Volcanoes are going to be going off. The greatest earthquake ever to be felt in the earth is going to happen in the day of destruction. Go ahead, bro. God.
Yeah, exactly what you're going into,
God.
bro. Thought I had it. Somewhere in here, I just seen.
What you talking about, the one where
I had it.
that was it, wasn't it?
I
Isaiah 54?
ain't see it, but I
I thought you meant the one too, where the slaying of the Lord shall be many, from one end of the earth to the other.
Yeah, I like that one, but I was thinking about this one here.
35.
Isaiah 24:20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
That's right, man. This place is going to rock to and fro, man. You know, hey, when a missile hits, you know, in another land, hey, you're going to feel it in a whole different nation, man. You know, because these tectonic plates are very large, man. You know, a lot of these tectonic plates, you know, travel a great distance, and they go underwater as well. Exactly. You know, so a missile going to hit over in China, and they're going to feel it over here in the United States, man. A 12.2 earthquake. That's going to wreak destruction before the missiles come up over this way, man. Or vice versa, man. You know?
And you think about it. If that happens, that's going to cause a big riffraff in the ocean. So you're going to feel tsunamis, man.
Right.
And the thing about it, see, them other countries, they go through mudslides, landslides, sandstorms, tsunamis, great tsunamis too. When that shit hit here, many people are through. Yeah, people not even ready for hurricanes here, man.
And I think the reason the Lord set that up is because He's got this place, you know, waiting for that great destruction, man. So no big calamity has happened in America yet. They ain't got to worry about great tsunamis. Even great earthquakes don't happen over here in the United States like these other. You go with India and these other nations, they be getting fucked up by them. Japan, they be getting fucked up by them earthquakes and tsunamis, man.
And then, you know, another thing too, which pride has lifted up these people up. They got a quick response team. You know, you got insurance. You got a response team that'll come out and actually aid the people. And when them shits be happening in other countries, man, people dead, man. You know, that's all to it, man.
Right. You on your own.
You on your own, man. You on your own, buddy. There ain't no government, ain't no big government farmer gonna come and get you, man.
Right. I got a quick precept. It's Ezekiel. No, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
want to say, can I back up?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
And Jerusalem, you got to understand, Jerusalem was a people before it's a place.
That's right.
You know, and all these nations have fought against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also have had us in captivity.
Even our own people as far as
Right? Yep.
See, that's why vocab is really, really hard. What was the recent thing we just try to pull out? Romans 2, what, 2 and 28, 29. And when you read that chapter, it clearly shows you about the Pharisees and hypocrisy, and you know, going into the dispersed the Israelites. Now, see, the Pharisees, you understand, I don't want to get off topic, but the Pharisees, due to that, you know, they boasting of the law, they thought they were justified in the law.
Right.
You know, they basically they didn't have faith on Yahweh Shah.
Right.
And the thing about it, going back to, you know, the Gentiles, the Israelites that wasn't in Jerusalem, the ones that were, you know, in the Gentile state of mind, when they repent and humble themselves, they will come back in true faithfulness, man.
Yep.
You know, because it's not about works, it's about truly repenting,
Yep.
it's about being genuine, like your brother was born into, man. But see, and that was only given to who? Our people. And see, that's why they're trying to reach everything the way they can, because they understand payback has to happen for what this world has done to the so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native American. Because it's been a great weaponizing and strategic plan that has happened that destroyed our people. And they have reaped the benefits and reaped great maximum, you know, benefits from destroying us, man.
Right.
And it has to be recompense, man. You know? But the thing about it, the Lord has sent prophets, and that's how you know we are at the end, because every time prior to the Lord destroying the place, what happened? He sent out prophets. Yep. And you never ever heard, you know, you always have somebody talk about America or somewhere, you know, talk about something, but you never heard America going to be destroyed like now. You know?
I got a quick jump back. This is Ezekiel 7 and 25. It says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. You know? Hey, they're going to seek peace, man. You know, they're going to want to break. They're going to seek some type of refuge and shelter. You know? They want to get some rest from all the calamities, the plagues. All right? That's going to happen, man. All right? They're going to want to be saved from that nuclear destruction, but they're not going to have none, man. There's not going to be no salvation on this side for you wicked so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know, you're going to be hoping for it and wishing for it, but it's not going to come to you, man. You got it, bro.
If I could just say, too, there are people that's going to be seeking Esau to help them out.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Isaiah
like
33.
Isaiah 33, and then also Isaiah 31. And I'm just quoting scripture, but, you know, that's vain help, because these elites are going to be hiding in the bunkers.
Yeah.
You know, as these wars continue to pop off,
Right.
They're gonna lead these people dry.
and they're gonna lead these people to their ruins. But our people gonna be looking for like you know, Biden to come up with a solution, or whoever's gonna be president at the time when everything pop off, man.
Right.
You
I
know?
don't know how true it is, but to back you up, I seen one of the brothers down there in Houston. He does like weekly
Updates.
yeah. And he said he had one on his updates that Putin down there reported to be hiding in the bunker.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So just to back up what you saying,
Yep.
it's gonna happen, man. And then like within that episode of Boondocks, they had Barack Obama down there in the damn underground bunker. I forgot what the fuck was going on. Maybe some chicken bird food shit that they had going on.
Right.
But Obama was hiding in the bunker, showing you that when the time comes down for when shit really hits the fan, they're gonna hide the people that they want to hide to keep you safe.
Yep.
Right. Hey, you got. Hey, y'all's president, man, is an epitome of America, man. You know, like if you go into ancient times, you know, the great king, when he first came on the scene, he was young, he looked good, handsome, tall. Look at our great leader. He fought many wars and strong, you know, all the women, you know, wanted to be with him. Yo, this nigga came in old and fucked up.
Right.
You know?
Hey, fell off a bike.
And
Now,
then
he tripped off the stage
this
too.
dude don't even know where he's at on the stage.
Right.
And it shows, hey, America is through, man. Just like y'all's president is through, man.
Yep. Hey,
You know?
But one thing he said, not to cut you off, but
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing he said,
God.
which was spot on recently,
Yeah.
is that Putin is not joking.
Yep.
He said that.
Yeah,
He
we're
said
gonna
that
get that
yesterday.
article. We're gonna get that article. I got it.
Yeah.
You know. I got.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh, my bad. Finish up.
So it says it's like. It says their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Yeah, that's that great fire, man. That great heat. All right. So hot that, man, it's gonna burn up your internals, man. You know, your mouth, your eye, your eyeballs. All right. That's all gonna burn. These people gonna be burned up before they can hit the ground, man. You know, that's the great fire that's gonna take place, man. You know, a fire that, you know, this earth has never seen before. You got it, brother.
Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise. And this already came
No,
out.
you good. Bring that again. God.
And garments rolled in blood.
Right.
But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
It's right. Burning fuel and fire, man. You know, it's a spirit that got brought out again, man. You know, that's talking about that thermonuclear destruction, man.
Right.
You know, that nuclear cloud, that nuclear wave, man. All right.
Can I go back into Jeremiah?
Go ahead, bro. And then we can jump to Joel 3rd chapter. Oh, you got the second one?
You want second one?
We can get the second one first and then go to the third.
Go ahead, bro. I know you got a quick one. You got a quick one.
That's
Oh,
so
my
like,
bad.
so like,
Yeah, I'll finish that.
all right, there's a couple more. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten and powdered at his presence.
Yeah, you got people out here that are scared of thunder and lightning, man. You know, when it lightnings, when it thunders, they don't go outside, man. You know, imagine when all hell breaks loose, man. You know, how loud you think that people are scared because the thunder's loud? What do you think the missiles are gonna sound like when they start cracking off, man? You know,
They're gonna come quick too.
Shit, gunshots.
right.
He said the earth quaketh and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves with the deep.
Hey, that's beautiful because that goes right into what you're talking about, that missile that gets shot off into the ocean and cause tsunamis, man. You know, you got it, bro.
The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled.
Yeah.
And the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
Yeah, they're sharp. You know, they're not gonna miss, man. You know, these advanced missile guidance systems, man. You know, are gonna guide these missiles to their locations, man. And really, you know, you going into America's defense system. Really, America's gonna get taken down from the inside out, man. You know, shit's gonna get shut down from the inside out, so they're not gonna have no type of defense. All right, for these nuclear missiles that are gonna get shot off.
If I may add to what you're saying, it's already happening. And people are going against each other.
Yep.
Right. So I was watching this TV show a couple of days ago where there was this Air Force captain. He was inside of a nuclear silo type of situation in Nebraska.
Right.
And for some reason he defected. Whatever the reason was, he defected. So in order to launch off a nuclear missile, you got to be able to put in the coordinates the way you wanted to go. So he had set up the coordinates to hit a place in America, but he had to have his other partner flip the switch at the same time. So he threatened his partner to shoot his partner if he didn't flip the switch.
Right.
So they're always going to die. So just to show you, like, there's disgruntled people in the military
Right. Yeah.
with the government. So everything's going, like you said, going to shut down from the inside first.
Because the way this place is set up, like somebody can come from China, Japan, another nation, and join right into the military at a young age. I got my citizenships. I'm American. They don't know that it's an easy way for another nation to send a sleeper cell. We want you to go over here at the age of 13. We want you to go to school. And when you get 18, join the military. And around when you get 30, 40 years old, we're going to need you for a particular situation. You know? And they work a regular job when they get money on the side through different means. You know? You best believe they got, they got sleeper cells, amongst these different military branches. And they're at high level ranking positions. They ain't in those low level positions, man. They ranked up high up in the ranks, man. You know?
Just to add on to what you were saying, They got a police station set up in NYC that the Chinese people are running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, you got people in the military that should have been retired and then done 40, 45 years. You wonder like, yo, why they still working? You know, well, hey, they're still working for a particular cause, man. Go ahead, bro. What you doing with that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Yeah, that's right. They're not going to miss, but the brother's going to bring that out in Joel, the 2nd chapter, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
The fire is kindled and shall not be put out
Yep.
till it consume the foundation of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent forth upon earth shall not return again.
That's right.
Woe is me. Woe is me.
Right.
Who will deliver me in those days?
Right.
A couple more. Beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Beginning of famine and great death. Beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Hey, let me quick precept. Go right along with the brothers, Ezekiel 7, and let's start in verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come, the end is come, and watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Can you read that last precept again? You still got it? Yes. You know, the scripture saying evil and only evil, man. It doesn't say evil, there's some good times, and you're gonna have a break, and then it's gonna get hard again. It's gonna bad times are gonna rise again, and you're gonna have a little rest. Now it says evils and only evils, man. Only bad times, man. Only death, only destruction. All right? Only your family dying from the lack of food, man. From police shooting your kids in the street, man. You know, you're about to see an all-time high of murders of young children, man. You know, or killing of young children, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
And the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils.
Yep.
What shall I do when these evils shall come?
That's right. Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans gonna do that don't believe in the Lord when these evils come, man? That put your faith in the modern day Pharaoh, man, on Esau Edom. All right. That put your faith in this world, man. That put your faith in these churches, man, in these temples, man. What are you gonna do? Okay, when these evils come, because even the men of the Lord are gonna be scared to a particular extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So where's you 2/3 lie in that, man? You know?
Can I get this word from evil right
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead.
In
Go
the
ahead.
Blue
Oh, yeah, you got it. Beautiful.
Yeah, the word is ra in the Hebrew. It says evil, distress, misery, injury, calamity. Evil, distress, adversity, evil, injury, wrong, evil, ethical.
Yep.
So that's all. That's what it's called.
It says ethical.
Okay. Hey,
God.
it's going to be ethical.
Right. You know, hey, it's what has to happen. That's a good thing. You know, and this destruction is a good thing. It has to happen, man. You know, when the house is dirty, you got to clean the house. It might take some work. You know, you might have to use some chemicals. You know, throw the trash out, do this and that. You might even have to tear down some shit. You might even have to tear down some shit and rebuild it, man. You know, we got to rip this floor up. You know, there's mold. We got to take this wall down. You know, rebuild it. Hey, man, that's what has to happen, man. You know, this place, hey, this earth has to be cleansed, man. It's gonna be cleansed with fire, right? All right, you got it, bro.
Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
That's right, and this trumpet is being blown, man, in every city, all over the United States, and also these different nations, these different countries, man. That trumpet is being blown, man. All right, men are coming out in the highways and byways and lifting up their voice aloud unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, telling you that destruction is coming, and also you other nations as well, man. We're telling you other nations that destruction is coming, man. We're letting you other nations know that you're going into slavery, man. All right, that we're gonna rule over these other nations, man. We're telling these other nations that their lands are gonna be demolished as well by these intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. You know, we're telling them their latter end, all right, their future. Go ahead, bro.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it?
Yeah, those evil. Hey, Jeremiah, we just read Ezekiel 7 and 5 and 6. Hey, those evils and only evils, man. You know, read that again.
Amos 3:6. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it?
Right. Those evils in the city, man. Hey, that's of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You know, you see people getting slaughtered and get put to death, that's the work of the Lord, man. You know? You got it, bro.
1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Yep.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich.
Yep.
He bringeth low and lifteth up.
That's right. He bringeth low and lifted up. You know, it's the Most High Yahweh that lifted up this devil, man. That lifted up the so-called white man and put him in the power seat position, man. He put him in rulership, you know, and he's controlling him on the left-hand side, man. You know, and the scripture said, what the brother just read, he said, the Lord also bringeth low, man. He brought it, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to a lower state, man. All right? That's the work of the Lord, man. You know, the curses, man. All right? Because we went off in our past lives, man. And in the current lives that we have lived, we went off, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
He raises up the poor out of the dust.
Yep. And are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans also considered the poor of the earth? Go ahead.
So we only make what, 38,000 a year?
Right. You know?
The average person only make 38,000.
No, it's Judah.
Yeah. The average so-called black person, man.
They say only 1% of Judah make. I think what is it? A lot of the percentage they really talking about Jake, man.
Right.
Judah don't make no money, man.
Right.
I got 1 to 6, man.
Right. And you're poor on the whole just because you have a Jake that might be a millionaire. 1% of Jake might have more than $200,000-$300,000. That's that's minute. That's it doesn't matter. As a whole, the nation of Israel is poor, man.
So when we say the exception to the rule is not meaningless.
Right. It's insignificant.
So the fraction of the percentage
Right.
is small.
Exactly. And you got these niggas out here talking about I'm rich, I got a couple $1 million. You should still be mad as hell. You got, you know what I'm saying? Your people poor as hell in the whole. You go running around here talking about I'm rich.
The thing about it is, when you go into those Fresh and Fit podcasts, they break it down.
Yeah.
They usually say the average so-called black man make 38,000 a year. The average so-called white man makes about 42.
Right.
But again, Judah's done, man.
Right.
And then like the brother was saying, the average Negro that's talking about they rich is a Negro that watch rap videos. The next nigga that think he could be a rapper.
Yeah. And then they're not even taking into account all the so-called Negroes, or the so-called black people that are in prison, because they're not a part of that percentage. So you got a very high percentage of so-called Negroes in prison houses that they're not even considered in that $38,000 a year percentage. You know, you got it, bro.
That's a lot that they don't bring up. So it says, he raises up the poor out of the dust,
right,
and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them.
Yeah, and inheritance is ours, man. Hey, we're gonna have rulership in the kingdom, man. All right, we're those princes, those rulers, man. Hey, Israel, man. Prince of the power, man.
That's right.
It's in the name, man. Yasharallah. But Jake doesn't. Jake can't wrap his mind around the benefit of being a Hebrew Israelite, man. And you ain't a Hebrew Israelite by choice, man, because they consider us a sect of a group, a cult, which they don't even really know what that word cult actually means. They consider us someone like the KKK, someone like the Black Panthers, man. Someone they basically categorize us like a guy did like a gang, man, like a Blood or a Crip. We're on that same list: the Bloods, the Crips, the white supremacists, the black nationalists. Hey, you got you got the Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew Israelism. Right. We're gonna be demonized far more worse than any of these groups that have been on this earth, man. We're gonna be demonized more than these gangs. We're gonna be demonized more than these different sects of different groups and left wing, right wing.
The majority of those groups were created by Esau.
Exactly.
So they can use them to be basically the terror
of
the earth.
So he's got to he's got to demonize the group that he didn't create the hardest, man.
He can't control this one. This one is of the Lord, which was created by Yahweh Yahushua.
Yep.
Everything else you see before were tactics created, scams and setbacks that were created by the so-called white man to what? Control your emotions, fear, problems. That's how Esau rolls. He creates a problem make you vote for a solution.
Right.
And then when you get the solution, he destroy you again.
Right.
And then makes it worse, and then you go vote again. You come back to him. It's a revolving door with this devil. And you know, it's crazy. It's like I was thinking about that today, man. It's like, yo, what Esau would do. Esau would do. It's like this with Jacob, our people. It's a castle, and you banging at the door. He only let a certain amount of Jakes come in. He'll allow the Jakes that come in, they dominate them, penetrate them, make them wear a dress, be effeminate, break them, and then they'll put the niggas on top of the castle and make them niggas puppets. Yep. And then Jake will look up to them and be like, so if I act like him, maybe they'll let me do the door next. And it's a revolving door. It's a revolving door. They create problems.
The Muppet Show.
Yeah, the Muppet Show.
Remember the Muppet Show? There was always the castle and they was controlling with the hands.
Yep. You know, if I might say, I went to a J. Cole concert years ago before the truth. Here in Richmond.
Yeah.
He said exactly that.
Yep.
He's like,
great.
It's not what you think it is.
Right.
Yeah, he had an album called Love. It was all about love and shit like that.
Yeah.
But he was like, this is not what you think it is, man. You see a party going on the other side, and everybody loving it, having fun. The grass looks green on the other side. You jump the gate to get in the party, and you like, oh hell no, there's some demons over here.
Yeah.
And then you want to go back to the other end, but you can't.
Right.
So the people on the other side, you're trying to tell them, don't come over here. It ain't what you think it is.
Yeah, it's like a prison, man. The barbed wire is facing so you can't get out.
Right.
You know, not so you can't get in. You know what I'm saying? You can hop the gate. It's easy to hop the gate. You know, it's hop right over the fence, climb over. Once they drop in there and they see how what's really going on, they realize, there's barbed wire on this side. They got all types of options. I can't even get back over.
Right.
Man. That's how this devil will set this shit up, man. You know?
Basically, Jake is basically Esau's back pocket. Take them niggas out the back pocket and cause a scene or some disruptors, or to just lie, falsify, you know? Get the minds of the people, man.
Can I bring the preset right
Nah,
now?
go ahead.
I got this last one. This last one. Verse 9. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. But by strength shall no man prevail.
That's right.
Was that in 2 Samuel?
No, first Samuel.
Okay, that's what the prayer that one. That's that one. The prayer, yeah, I think it's
1 Corinthians 2:11, going to your point. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
That's right. We're not ignorant. Hey, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, we're not ignorant of his devices. But we once were ignorant of the devices of the so-called white man. All right? You know? We once were ignorant of what was going on in the earth, man. What was going on behind closed doors. We were ignorant of who we were, man. You know? We were involved in all these religions, these false doctrines, okay? Following the ways of the world, thought we could climb the ladder of success, and one day we could be the president of the United States, Barack Obama, you know? And we once believed in lies, man. You know? We once believed that we were saved, you know? That salvation was for everybody, you know? That America is not recorded in the scriptures, man. You know, we once believed those things, man. You know, but through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, we woke up from that madness, man, which the majority of our people are still hypnotized under. You got it, bro. Oh, it's a lot. Let's get Joel 2 before that, man. Okay. You just hopped to the main point.
Yep. The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse.
You know, if you want to read the whole thing, you know, the first beginning, go ahead, bro.
So read the first 2.
not like that.
Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Yep.
Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Yeah, the day of the Lord ain't gonna be no electricity, man. You know, ain't gonna be no night light. Hey, your flashlights ain't even gonna work in the day of the Lord, because they're gonna shoot off EMP bombs. So everything electronic is gonna be fried up, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like.
Yeah. Hey, it's one thing to be afraid when you got street lights, you know, when you got the sunlight coming out in the daytime, You know, it's one thing to be afraid when you can run somewhere, hit a light switch. You know, it's another thing when all hell's breaking loose and there ain't no lights, man. You can't see where you're running. You know, in the daytime it's dark. That's what it's gonna be like, man. In the day of the Lord, man. Hey, when these nuclear missiles get shot off in certain areas, the smoke from these missiles is gonna make the whole earth dark. So your particular area might not have got hit by a missile yet, but it's dark because of the destruction that's happened at a land far close to you or far from you.
Ain't no moonlight shining.
Right, right. That's why the scriptures say, hey, you know, the stars, you know, won't shine in the sky, man. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, go ahead, bro.
Reading on Joel 2:2, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Right.
Jumping down to verse 12. Is it 12?
You might as well bro. It goes all the way.
Verse 3 says, a fire devoured before them, and behold, it's like, and behind them a flame burning. Burning.
Yeah, there ain't gonna be nowhere to hide, man. All right? There'll be fire all around, man. Fire behind you, in front of you, beside you. Ain't gonna be no fleeing to this nation. Ain't gonna be no fleeing to this state. You know, going to this mountain. All right? Go ahead, bro.
If I may add to what's that saying, the warhead.
Yep.
The warhead is full of the nuclear radiation and all the nonsense that's in there. I don't know all of it.
Yep.
And then behind you got the thing that's thrusted.
Yep.
Thrusted from one land to the next.
Time.
So when it hits the land, when it hits here in Babylon, the place gonna be on fire.
Yeah, the propulsion system.
Yeah.
Because basically all the power in the nuclear missiles is in the warhead. You know, just like, I mean, almost like a bullet, man. You know, the rest of the bullet is just the propulsion system. You know, the gunpowder's in the beginning, the head of the bullet is really hits the person. Yeah.
It's like,
shell drops.
Yeah.
it's like, for instance, right? Everybody's fucked here if you're not saved because, you know, people be thinking they can just get in the plane. Well, ain't no plane's gonna be running. You're not gonna be able to see anything. You're not gonna be able to go to the drag strip. Esau, you damn sure you know that's gonna be shut down. And who's gonna be able to know how to be going to a silo, go get a plane and eject it? What you gonna do with it if you run out of fuel? Where you gonna go if you can't see? Same thing with boats. You got Jacob. I got a boat. Well, it takes fuel to fill up.
Right.
Who? Now it takes when you go into even who was it? Peter that got scared up and fell in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, he's walking on water.
We all know there's certain things that goes on the water and the waves. Yeah. When you go across in the middle of the ocean.
Right.
Now who really has going to take a boat and really just go out there? I think they're going to go so out there. Their nerves going to be settled. After all this debris and so forth, and things going to happen. Your mind not going to be settled, man. And again, you're not going to be ready to have all your gasoline cans and fill up your boat. Basically, my point is, your people are fucked.
And on top of that, they just shut down. For this. Yeah, and you can't. And then they just shut down 60% of the oil refinery where you get gas from.
Yeah.
So that's why gas is going back up.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna be able to find none of this stuff. And then the Lord's gonna have situations before them before they get to that point. Even if the Lord allows them to get to that point, like you said, they're gonna have adversities in the water.
How you gonna take your truck and hook up your the boat up and then take it to the man, you might go into a damn lake that got an engine. Man, where you going? So you telling me you going to the missile hit here in Richmond, but you're gonna take your truck and go all the way to Virginia Beach and head go into the actual water of Virginia Beach and then go away. You're dead, man.
Yeah.
You're dead.
And on top of that, all these cities are gonna be shut down. Ain't gonna be no traveling. When these nuclear missiles get shot out, man, you best believe all hell has already been breaking loose, man. All these people have already been getting shot in the streets. These military troops are already in the streets, shutting these cities down. Ain't no going and traveling abroad, man.
Like you said in the second Esdras, man, a man shall desire to go into the city, but he should not be able to.
Right.
That's why you shouldn't live in an enclosed type neighborhood, man.
Right.
And if you do, you should know there's another way to exit.
Right. Yeah, Jacob Trouble's got to happen before the nuclear missiles, man. You know, before World War III pops off to its fullest extent. You got it, bro.
Joel 2:3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Look at that. America is the Garden of Eden to these people, place of pleasure, the place of where you can live in your lust. But once the Lord drops these missiles on this motherfucker, what it say about it, bro?
It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Behind those arrowheads, man, behind those missiles, man, there's gonna be a desolation. Let me look up the word desolation. Right?
So people don't stop. You guys can do what they want, where they feel, do what's ever comfortable to what they like it, son. So when our hell break loose here in America, all that's going to be taken away. And again, when our hell break loose, a man not going to know what to do because he's been so effeminized. He's not going to know how to even conduct himself as a man. A woman, you're just not going to have no cover because your woman duties of a woman, you don't know how to do nothing as a woman. So you're just better off just being devoured, pummeled.
Hey, bro, this gonna die. They better hope they look decent, because
that's
if
not
you
gonna
don't,
help.
if a woman don't look decent, hey, a lot of these homosexual women,
Worthless.
these homosexual women, a lot of these women are just ugly and overweight. Hey, y'all gonna be the ones to die first.
Even them little pretty bitches, they're the most dumbest goddamn women because they really never even had to think.
Yeah.
They pretty much, we're the worst people on the earth is spoiled people. And when especially a woman that's spoiled, that basically have everything given to her, man, that bitch is the worst. Like, she might get hauled off in a sex trafficking ring or be used as goods, man.
Right.
The word desolate, it says the two definitions basically both the same. It says deserted of people in a state of weak and dismal emptiness.
Yeah. And going back to what the brother was bringing out, a lot. A lot of these women look like dudes.
Yep.
So a motherfucker might be going, they might be going and shooting in the street, and they like, oh, another dude.
Yep.
Could have been a woman.
Yep.
She got killed off the strength of.
Yep.
We going out and killing all men. The decree goes out, and just go wipe the street, and it save the women.
Right.
A whole lot of women gonna die because they just look like a man. They say, oh, there's a man right there. Got him.
Right.
Come to find out.
When the chick say I'm legally blind, I'm a man. Remember? Like I'm a man.
Yeah.
Look like a woman.
Right.
I'm a woman.
God.
Like a man the whole time.
Yeah.
Legally blind.
Right. They might be taking long range shots. They taking sniper shots. You got scope, bro. You look damn sure like a man. You got hit.
Hey, like your boy, I come to you.
Yeah, God.
It says the verb action. It says this is what the missile gonna do: make a place bleakly and depressingly empty or bare.
Yep.
So just like it says in Job, the 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, man.
Yeah.
What should your conversation be? Because everything, all the elements gonna be burnt up.
It's just gonna be turned into a desert, man.
Yep.
A habitation of wild beasts and animals, man.
That's Isaiah 34.
Yeah. This place is gonna be a memorial, man. There's nothing else is gonna live on this place from this great destruction that takes place in America, man.
Right.
It's gonna be uninhabitable. All right.
Right.
You got it, bro.
Going back to Joel 2 and 3, it says, reading on, the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
Yep, that's right. Ain't gonna be nowhere to hide. All right. The only ones that might, be able to hide from, hide, so to speak, from this nuclear destruction that takes place are, certain of these elites, man. They're gonna hide in these bunkers. They're gonna hide in the mountains, and various try to hide in space, but they're not gonna escape. They're not gonna escape their judgment. We're gonna, the elect are gonna go get them. Matter of fact, somebody can get that. So after you read that, they're gonna go get them out their holes, man. They're gonna go get them out of their hiding place, and they're gonna be the first fruits of slavery.
That's in Ezekiel 38, right?
I think so.
I'm gonna read it out.
It's Joel 2 and 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses,
Yeah.
and as horsemen shall they run.
Yeah. Power, man.
Right?
God. Hey, wait, and in the ancient world, when the horses ran, that was
Yeah.
the fastest thing. That was the fastest thing on earth.
Yep.
Scary too.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the fastest thing on earth. That could be compared to like a jet.
Ooh, you hear
nowadays.
them coming. You hear them coming. from far.
God. Yep.
Yep. I heard of them.
You hear the armor, you can clack it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You know it's war coming.
Right.
You like, what the hell is that?
And those horses were built.
Yeah.
Those horses back then were a lot faster than
Yeah.
these horses now, man.
Yep.
Because they went through wars,
Yep.
and extensive training, and You know, they had the horses back then had a stronger mindset than these horses now. These horses ain't prepared to see no.
Supposed to eject you off the
They no
damn.
press too.
Yeah.
Hey, you run towards a company, that was to eject you up
Right.
right into them.
Said, I'm out. You know, them horses were trained to hear loud noises, to see death, you know, to go to war. For the person riding that horse is bringing the horse through 6, 7, 20, 100 men and slicing it with swords and bows and arrows and all types of shit, man. Big ass hammers, you know. You got it, bro.
It says, verse 5, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Verse 6, before their face the people shall be much pain.
Yep.
All faces shall gather blackness.
Yeah.
Verse 7, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Yeah, climb the wall like men of war, man. There ain't gonna be no protection, you know. They got yeah. You know that because that in the ancient world, that wall was set up as a defense. You know, that was a defense from the enemy, man. Well, if the enemy does make it here and we can't shoot them with our arrows or different things that we have set up, different obstacles set up in the land before the wall, you know, well, they got to climb the wall. You know, that's our last defense, you know, before they get inside the city. You know, read that again, Bob Shaw.
It says, Joel 2:7, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
Yeah, so they're gonna climb that wall. Like, they're gonna go right past all the defense systems that were set up against these nuclear missiles, man. And as you see, going on in the news and very different news apps, all these different nations are concerned about their nuclear capabilities. They're really not concerned about their anti, I should say, their defense mechanism to take down these nuclear missiles. Man. You don't see these nations, we got a new defense mechanism this week, or we got a higher advanced nuclear defense mechanism the next month. They're all concerned about their nuclear capabilities, man. All right? They're worried about offense. They ain't focused on defense at all, man. You know? You got it. God.
So well,
That's why they're going to be blindsided when you outshot them.
Yeah, God.
I mean, regardless.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
They what like the brothers going to, their main focus is obliterating.
Right.
Man.
Right. Because they know that the nuclear war is basically, it's not profitable for any nation.
right.
You know, so there's no point in focusing on defense.
Right.
And plus, like a bully, right? Because America is known as a bully. And they know they can't let, they know if they let off and America regain itself, it's over.
Right. Yep.
Just like in a bully, you know, when you finally step up to a bully, you know, you have a dad or uncle, or you have a mom, you know,
Yeah.
listen, you don't beat that motherfucking bully.
Yeah.
I bring your ass back to this house.
Right.
Right.
I'm a
I'm
fuck
with you.
you. You bigger than me.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you go out there, you hit that motherfucker, you don't stop because you
Right.
scared, right?
Right.
You like, yo, if I stop, that's my ass.
Hey,
And that's
that's
Esau.
like, yeah.
I mean, that's Mother
The nation,
right?
they actually preparing themselves for that first hit. So when that bully comes, you're like, you know
Keep
what,
going.
today, you woke up in the morning, you say, you know what, today, I'm standing up to this bully. You came into school, you got in the school bus,
Sick of this shit.
and you took your best punch. You knocked that shit back and hit him right dead in the jaw. He
Right.
stood there and looked at you and laughed.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's over then. You had to beat feet.
Uh-huh.
You said, nope, it didn't work. Not today.
Yep.
No. So these other nations are making sure that when they throw that first blow, that it counts,
They're
man.
gonna keep going.
And if I can say too, one thing about a bully too, they're
Go.
vulnerable because the bully has been so prideful. They've been winning,
Yeah.
10-0, whatever,
Right.
beating everybody's ass.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
thinking about everybody behind the scenes
Right.
developing themselves to get better. Just like
Exactly.
Scripture say, let the weak say I'm strong.
Yeah,
So the
God.
whole time they're like, yo, stop, investing in farming equipment,
Right.
agriculture. Let's start investing in these nuclear weapons. That's gonna take your
Exactly.
You know what Chris did? Dragon Ball Z, he got a little arrogant and allowed go through the collective spirit bomb. And I remember one time he got cocky with Vegeta. He said, "Hit me here." No. Regular Boo. When Goten was hyperbolic time or something, he said, no. Don't hit me here. Hit me here. That's America, man.
Yep.
He said, no. But see, America's arrogant, man.
Yep.
So they don't really hate you. And everybody still think, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure someone heard Armageddon.
Yep.
These are college kids. I'm pretty sure the news is on, you know, they're whatever when they walk through the door. The reason why these people are so arrogant and don't care because back in their mind they say there's no military like America.
Yep.
America always say today.
Yep.
That's why America got that little pompous attitude. We just that. But this time it's going to be our Bashir Shah.
Yep.
We're going to guide these missiles, man.
Right. We're reading on, Joe. What?
We was when Goku finally got the power.
Yeah.
He unleashed it. The spirit bomb. They released it. You know, first they look at it. Then they try to grab it. Then they get consumed. Just like Cell. Remember Cell arrogant ass when what is it? When he threw the Gohan through the I even talk about Conquer the Steel. Gohan Kamehameha wave.
One hand.
With one hand.
One hand.
He said, "Dude, what are you thinking, boy?" He got cocky, you know. But hey,
That was a good ass episode.
man, that was fire,
I need
man.
to find them.
You gotta watch them, man. Hey, cartoon really, you know, they know what they was doing, man. You know, but hey, America with every cocky evil villain, man.
I know what I was
You
saying
know?
about
And eventually got their ass whooped. Yep.
Reading
Oh, I
on.
had
I had the Joel 50, Jeremiah 50, but he got one precept I can go after me. All right.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, finish. Was that it on that? No, keep going.
Keep going. Yep. It says Joel 2:5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains. Matter of fact, let me go a little lower.
I think you said
Yeah, 7,
already.
yeah. Joel 2:7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
That's right. They should not break their ranks, man. You know, they're not going to clash into each other. Missiles aren't going to be exploding in the sky, man. You know, they're all going to go straight to their mark, man. You know, and really when you go into it, man, yeah, these missiles are going to be guided by these advanced satellite guidance systems, but really, you know, it's going to be the Lord guiding these nuclear missiles, man. You know, the chariots are going to be guiding these nuclear missiles to their destination, man. Go ahead, bro.
Just like for instance, right? I think a couple years ago, I think either Russia or America was testing one of their nukes.
North Korea recently?
Nah, a couple years ago. You saw a chariot basically defuse.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Defuse it. That just showed, hey, the Lord showed us a snippet of what's really going to happen when he really got those missiles. He's going to be the one that's going to guide those missiles. So it's going to be an angel that's going to be protected. You're not going to be able to seek it.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to detect
It's
it.
gonna be cloaked.
It's going to be, yeah, there you go. Remember Siphon Filter? It's an old video game. You get the cloaking mechanism. He's going up in there to wetting everything up, man. You know? Yeah.
Joel 2:8. Neither shall one thrust another.
Yep.
They shall walk everyone in his path.
Yep.
And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
That's right. They're not going to be wounded, man. There's not going to be no defense for these nuclear missiles that get shot off. And plus, even if you had some type of defense to take down 100, 200, 300,000 nuclear missiles, what defense do you have for millions upon millions of these nuclear missiles being shot over here? Overkill, man. Okay, you ain't got no defense for overkill. You know, like the old, remember the old gangster movies, man, when they would come in with the big old Tommy gun. They ain't gotta have no aim. They just started shooting, you know, and they wiped the enemy out just off of volume. Ain't gotta have no. I ain't gotta go to a shooting range. I got practice. I got headshot. I got to hit him in the head. Nah, you hit him 28 times in the stomach or the leg. You know, you ain't gotta have no upper body shots with that many bullets, man. They die from blood loss. You know,
Jake, you know that had to be Jake. Jake coming and spraying everything.
Spraying everything. And I see these other nations, man. They about to spray everything up.
I got that too in Jeremiah.
God, just like you were saying earlier, it could be Moabite that's in charge of the defense system.
Yeah.
You might be like, now, shut everything down. Yeah. Or I mean, it might be a whole team of them that's over the defense system, but it could be a disruptors inside that chamber.
Exactly.
Hey, the Lord is going to show a marvelous work in these days to come.
Hey, you got Jake. You got Jake with high-level ranking positions in the military and the government. What do you think about these other nations, man.
Jake might be in office with the defense system.
Right.
The
Lord might put spirit on some of these high ranking.
You know what?
Like I was saying earlier in the movie, it's about that TV show.
Right. You know?
I'm sick of these crackers.
Yeah.
Shut the system down.
Right. So
every new kid, man.
right.
You know, he's already cocky.
Right. Exploding on himself while they in these silos.
Yeah.
Cocky ass Edom might be like, yeah, we got different. Where's the system, man? Where's the system? Why is it working?
And there's even gonna be instances like that leading up to that the great destruction, man. You know, you got Jakes that have high particular levels, positions in these prison houses. They might just be like, you know what, letting all the prisoners out. Hit the. Right. Yeah, people be sitting in prison. Next thing you know, all the gates open.
And he might,
you know.
Hey, remember, he might have a Jake that's in charge and be like, he was right. Fuck.
Yep.
And if I may add to what y'all saying in regards to these nuclear systems and things that be in these bunkers, let's say if one goes off over here in Nebraska, they have to find out through maybe some type of research or some technological type system to see which one went off, because there's so many damn nuclear silos that's out through the shores of America. Yeah. They have to do some type of research, like, hey, you know, call in here and call in there, or reaching out to a connection somehow through email, through phone, through some type of way of communication. So it's going to take some time.
Hey, what's that movie with Ben Affleck? The missile hit Baltimore Stadium. The missile was about the nuclear bomb was about to go off in the Baltimore football game. The president was there, the Russian house. Ben Affleck was in the movie. The Sum of All Fears. In that movie, you know, they heard that Russia. It was Russia and America, and that it was got to see some of all fears. And you know, Russia was saying, you know, basically they got evidence, or they got, you know, heard through the wind that, you know, Russia was about to detonate a nuclear bomb in America, man. Yep. So they were basically gonna shoot a missile off at Russia just as defense. So, you know, before, you know, they could allow a missile to be set off here. You know, so they're gonna you know, just off the wind, like the brother was bringing that up, a nuclear missile even was in the air, you know. America's automatically going to shoot their missiles off just because of nuclear missiles in the air on the way over here. Because they might not be able to retaliate or shoot a missile off if they get hit first, you know? So once these missiles get shot off, they're almost going to be getting shot off simultaneously, you know? Missiles going to be going this way and that way, and ain't none of them are going to be, read that last part again, ain't none of the missiles are going to be running into each other. You're going to have missiles going opposite directions, you know, going right each other, like, you know.
Just maybe miss it by a hair.
Yeah. So it's gonna be crazy, man. Yeah, God. Yep. It'll be coming from the ocean, the water.
You're gonna have the tsunamis up going.
Yep.
The ocean going crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy,
man. Yeah, they very well probably got technology where they can shoot nuclear missiles off from space, man. Yep. They probably got things they shoot off in space that are up in orbit that are holding 20, 30 nuclear missiles, man.
Hey,
shoot them straight down.
The Lord gave this man the fatness of the earth, so
you know?
he got almost everything.
Because they ain't gonna tell you everything, man. That's the number one thing in war. You can't tell your enemy everything you got.
And then you can Esau got this damn space force. So like you said, they probably up there harboring missiles up there.
Right, exactly.
Just to rain down on people.
Yep. He got oil over the ocean.
Yeah.
But most likely it's Russia. You know, most likely it's Russia that got. You know, and that's probably why Esau. One of the reasons Esau created his little Space Force task program. They probably caught Russia doing a whole lot of activity up in space, you know? Go ahead, brother.
It reads on, Joel 2 and
He said,
8. It says, neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
That's right, they're not going to be wounded, man. They're not going to be taken down for some laser technology or anti-defense weapon guidance system, man. You know, we're not going to be, these people aren't going to be, you know, watching on the news and nuclear missiles being shot down live on TV, man. You know, it ain't going to happen like that. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief.
Yeah, they coming in. Hey, they coming when you ain't ready, man. All right? And they coming in, they're not going to be stopped. They're going right over them walls, man. They got nuclear missiles that can change directions, man. You know, they got a new nuclear missile out that can go around any type of missile defense mechanisms, man. They can go to the left, they can go to the right, they can slow down, they can change heights, you know? So they almost fly like a plane, man. You know?
If I may add to what you're saying, the power of the nuclear missiles in the warhead. So the body of where the arrow portion, the shaft portion doesn't have to be so goddamn big in order for it to use it like it can be small. They got vehicles where you can shoot missiles out of vehicles, man.
Yep.
So it's not like these damn militaries are carrying around 800-foot trucks, goddamn 1,000-foot missile on it.
It's not in the volume.
Yeah.
It's not like they gotta have a whole lot of gasoline. They gotta ignite this big ass explosion. No, very small. A drone could set off could carry a nuclear missile, man. Because it's all in the technology, man.
Yep.
You know, it's all in the capability they have to split atoms. You know, these different molecules and these different things put together, but they don't need a whole lot of volume and mass of chemicals and this and that. You know, you're using technology that they have been given from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you know, to make these nuclear warheads that create a great destruction, and they're not like the old missiles, man.
Right.
You know, the old missiles and like, you know, World War II when the missiles were whole goddamn boat carrying one goddamn missile, man. You know?
If I can say to you, you made a good point, correct me if I'm wrong, the power's in the nuclear warhead.
Exactly.
So
it's all about the warhead.
It doesn't matter about the size,
Exactly.
as long as you got a number of nuclear warheads that and that's why the scripture say 200 billion.
Yep, I got it, Revelation 9. I got it.
Warheads, man.
Yep.
You know.
Because if you notice, as technology has increased, the missiles have actually gotten smaller. Even the warheads have gotten smaller, man. You know, and missiles nowadays,
more.
Exactly. You know, the missiles are now they're getting stronger, but they're getting smaller, man.
Yep.
And look at technology, man. Our phones started off big as hell.
Right? Big ass
You was
phone.
carrying around a goddamn
house phone.
a payphone on your ear, and now you carrying around a goddamn phone so small you can lose it in your pocket. They got watch phones. You know? Hey, you go over to China and Japan, they got phones that ain't even the technology they got over there. They don't even have over here, bro.
And the smaller phones that we have now are more powerful than the ones that were bigger.
And that's beautifully said it, because that doesn't mean it's more easy to control that missile. Sneaky, tactical, non-traceable, and swifter.
Yeah, imagine if you could have a missile that's 10 feet long that can move super fast. You ain't got no chances. You can't even see the missile with flying in the air, man. You know, you might not even see no propulsion coming from the back of it. Something that small.
It's like Mike Tyson power, Muhammad Ali speed, and the little man's body.
Right.
Packed together.
Right.
You know?
Can I read this about nuclear weapons?
Go ahead, bro.
This is in Wikipedia. It says a nuclear weapon, also known as an atom bomb, an atomic bomb, nuclear bomb, or nuclear warhead, and an A bomb or a nuke. I can't say that word. You know what that word is? Yeah, all right, you got it, bro. It's an explosive device that derives its directive, its destructive force from nuclear reaction, either a fission bomb, or a combination of fission and fusion reactions, thermonuclear bomb, producing a nuclear explosion. Both bomb types release large quantities of energy from relatively small amounts of matter. So like you were saying, they split the matter, so it doesn't have to be a large amount of matter for a bomb to, when it hits, for it to cause a lot of destruction. Yeah, that was it.
And splitting atoms, you gotta have very sturdy hands. You gotta be very precise. Lord created certain men, everyone, for their lot. And certain men, they couldn't have families, like those Temanites. They couldn't have families. There were scientists that the Lord put in place that was literally focusing on how to make this technology better. They couldn't have families, none of that.
So they made them nervous.
Yep.
Like this motherfucking Oppenheimer.
Yep.
A lot of them died.
Yep.
A lot of them, you know, as they got older from being around that radiation so much, because I mean, let's face it, when that nuclear program began, they didn't know a lot of the things. They had to find out the hard way how strong radiation was. You know, you had to find out the hard way how strong radiation was. Can't do this, can't do that. Different protocols, different procedures. You know, a whole lot of things had to blow up. Look at the what is the little place in? What is the nuclear place in Japan?
Hiroshima.
Yeah, Hiroshima. No, not the nuclear facility. What was it called? That there was a nuclear reactor meltdown.
No, and that happened like a couple years ago.
Yeah. It happened in America too. You know, I forgot the name of it. But basically, that whole city had to be evacuated. Nobody ever came back to that place, man. because nuclear radiation started leaking in the whole in the atmosphere.
Water too. It happened
Water
when it got
too.
into the water.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Bring out Isaiah 54 first, real quick, Bubba Shaw. Come on.
Isaiah 54 and 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that brought the coals in the fire.
That's right. That Smith is that scientist, man. You know, it's the Most High Yahweh who's put in the minds of these scientists this various technology to build the ability to split molecules. All right, to be able to make these nuclear warheads and also the nuclear propulsion systems and the satellite guidance systems, man. You know, they think it's the work of them studying hard or coming upon. They then came upon this technology or stumbled upon it. No, the Most High Yahweh put it in their minds. Go ahead.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I've created the waster to destroy.
Yep. Hey, the waster, that's that nuclear warhead, man. All right. Those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. You know, the Lord has created those. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, it was what was it? Nah, that's not the right file, man. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, Slot, go ahead.
Let me finish up there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
I got a couple of Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Yeah, it was Slot. It was Fukushima.
Oh,
That's what it was. You know, I wish there been a whole lot of nuclear meltdowns. Oh, there was one in the United States too. You know, all over the earth, man. And that goes right into this devil. This devil pollutes everything he gets his hands on, man. You know.
I think the one you talking about is near Philly, King of Prussia, like outside of Philly.
I think so.
King of Prussia, something like
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And they always try to downplay the amount of radiation or how deadly it is. You know, Esau always try to sweep his, you know, all the shit he does under the rug. You know. Go ahead, bro.
So that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation,
Yep.
a day of darkness.
Oh, really?
And like you said, wasteness.
Yep. Hey, yeah, going right into the going right into that waster, man. You know. Hey, when these nuclear missiles hit, man, everything's going to waste.
Hey, remember grandfather, you get dead, wasted.
Yeah, hey, you wasted. No matter how many stars you got. You know, Jake's out here trying to get stars, right? He out here, he want to be this, he want to be that, he want fame. He even literally going into the game, Grand Theft Auto. They literally want street stars out here. I didn't do this, I didn't rob, I didn't stole. They looking for me, I'm on the run. And y'all on the run.
That's why that game, when that shit came out? 2000.
The old one was like, yo, the old Grand Theft Auto?
No, the one that's Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, I was like,
Whole Lionsville is popping now.
Oh yeah,
People
yeah.
still play that shit
Yeah,
because they can basically, it's like the Sims.
yeah.
You create a
Yeah.
player.
Remember the first one where it was like only aerial view?
Yeah, number one.
It was like the
Yeah,
shit you see on Game Boy, bro.
That shit was the worst.
God. Go ahead, you got it.
It says, the day of the trumpet, it warm against the fenced cities and against the high towers.
Yep.
And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust,
Yep.
and their flesh is dung.
Yep.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
That's right. Your riches are not going to help you in the day of the Lord, man. You know, and the majority of our people, man, they really think that riches, money, you know, things that they have attained on this earth is going to help them in the time of calamity, man. When it's not. Okay, they think their guns, their ammunition, you know, their little underground bunker, you know, or whatever it may be, you know, is going to help them when all hell breaks loose. But it's not, because they don't really understand the type of hell that is coming to this place, man,
Right.
and various parts of the earth as well. You got it.
Them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
Yeah.
For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land.
Yeah, speedy riddance, man. When them missiles get shot off, man, hey, America's going to be destroyed very, very quickly, man. You know, it's not going to take long at all, man.
That's right.
You know, you might look and see it that America's been, the way it's been built up, which has been built off you Jakes, you know, has taken a somewhat, in our eyes, a long process. Well, all that is coming down very, very quickly, man. 1 hour, man. This place is gonna be through. All right. That's why it says in the scriptures, man, hey, come hide concerning the elect, come hide thyself for a little while in thy chambers, man, until that indignation be overpassed. So it's gonna be very, very short. You know, we're gonna be beamed up. Lord, when we're part of that number, we're beamed up into those ships. And man, hey, 40, 50, 59 minutes. That's gonna be quick when you're in a chariot. Cause you gonna be in a new body. So yo, the time that might be like boom, boom. Yeah. Right. You gonna go up, whoo, chariot. It's already over.
Looking down.
God.
And I had a dream about that.
Really?
I had a dream about that. You know, the Lord revealed that to me. Got beaten up in the chariot. My daughter was there. I was seeing the apostles there. You know, was high fiving everybody. Everybody was hyped up. And you would go in different parts of the chariot. It was like a museum. You go in different parts, you feel like you're in a different place. You go in this part of the chariot, you feel like you're on an island. You go on this part, it was beautiful, man. And everybody was happy and just rejoicing. Crazy. I seen Hawad on there, I seen Brother Isaiah on there, and the spirit was like, I know other brothers is there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And this was like a few years ago. Right. And bro, the dream was so beautiful, I didn't want to wake up.
Yeah.
But the floor, before I woke up, the floor of the chariot opened up. I see a glass. And you're looking down, and that's when I woke up. So that's when, yeah, exactly. And Lord, like, look, man, it's about to get real. Because you say that the lamb, the angels, of course, and the elect is going to witness the destruction.
That's crazy. Imagine watching
the ones that took their chip and burnt up.
Imagine watching the best movie you ever seen on a vacation. Like he said, basically like an island. You know, you got a front row seat to the destruction of America, and you on an island, man. You know?
You can be able to actually zoom in with your eyes and see somebody get burnt the fuck up or get demolished or how the Lord got their justice out. You ain't got to use no camera, no telescope, no nothing. You can zoom in. You ain't got to use no glasses. You can use your own eyes.
Because it ain't like we going up in the chariot. Like the elect ain't being up in the chariot, and we would be crammed in it. Like, oh, yeah, we made it out. You know, like ain't gonna be we get beat up. We on the chariot like this.
Right. It was so much space, man. Yeah.
You know, because I mean, you see some of these chariots, they might not look that big, but they can change. And who knows? It might not be big like on the outside, but once you get in there, it's a couple miles long.
There was chariot videos with other chariots coming out of the chariot.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I sent in the group chat too, where it was somebody. It was a car recording something in Russia, and then on the inside, it looked like it was gold. I'm gonna see if I can find.
Because I mean, when you go into the chariot, you actually almost going into another dimension. You know, it's almost another dimension, another realm. Because you know, the things that are outside that chariot aren't going to pertain to the same that what's going on inside that chariot. You know, so you're almost entering into another dimension, man. You know, so we can't. You know, so we can't even really fathom how it's going to be inside the chariot, man. You know. And on top of that, we're gonna have to have spiritual bodies to even get into them ships, man. You know, these bodies gotta go, man. These bodies can't even handle some of the G forces that Esau's chariots produce, man. You know, these fighter jets, you know, they can't. The body can't even handle Mach 9 and Mach 10, but for so long.
That's why they gotta wear oxygen, man.
Yeah, God. You know, that's why the fighter jet pilots are trained to basically shoot all the blood to the brain when they're doing these crazy maneuvers. You know. They have to hold their breath when they're doing, you know, super fast, aerial moves, you know, or they'll pass out. You know, they'll pass out literally in the plane. How you gonna get on a chariot, man? You know.
You want your piece up?
Go ahead, Op.
Finishing off Joel 2 and.
I was wondering. Go ahead, bro.
Joel 2 and 10. The earth shall quake before them.
Yep.
The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark.
Hey, there it is. Hey, we was bringing that out earlier, man. The sun and the moon are gonna be dark, man. There ain't gonna be no light. The scriptures say, man, the day of the Lord is gonna be darkness and no light in it, man. All right. The destruction of this place, all right, of America, is basically gonna darken the whole earth, man. You know. And as a matter of fact, I'll find a precept on that. Yeah, go ahead, Op.
Finishing out Joel 2 and 10, it says, and the stars shall be thrown in sight.
Yeah. If somebody can find the other nations shall mourn at the
Revelation.
Yeah, come. The water.
Revelation 18.
Yeah, come. You know, because these other nations are going to witness the destruction of America from afar, man.
Alas, alas.
And if I could just say to you, you got satellites and all that's gonna catch it. You know,
Yep.
They're gonna witness it on.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, they gonna be watching live on TV,
Yep.
man.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
In 1 hour, it's like the brother was reading. It's gonna be a speedy riddance, man. A very quick destruction of America. Go ahead.
Verse 11 says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Yeah, all these different nations, all these people amongst these different nations that made money in America, man. You know, they established their business, they got rich, they made millions upon billions of dollars, you know, putting their products instead of establishing their businesses in America. Go ahead.
It says, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Verse 12, the merchandise of gold. You want to read through all of it?
I mean, that's pretty much the point.
You know, I can jump down.
Yeah. Just jump.
Verse 15, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing.
Yeah, they're gonna be weeping and wailing, man. You know, that the whole land of America, you know, got completely wiped out and no one survived. You know.
Yep. Verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off.
Yeah, they stood afar off, you know, crying, man, mad. You know, they might have had family over in America, you know, might have had kids, you know, over in America, you know, and basically they're going to be mourning at the destruction of this place, you know. Go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 9 again. I'm going to read the 14. It says, for lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty experiment, none shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai. And the spoil is to become a plunder, right? Like we became a plunder, or you know, we were taken and used for whatever purposes that these nations did. That's how it's going to be for us when we take over Babylon. We're going to use the resources for righteousness and the people for slaves. Right. Verse 11, it says, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow at bay as bulls.
Somebody hold Isaiah 34. You got it.
Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Yep. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. That goes to that Isaiah 34 right there. Verse 13.
If I could just say, when it says the mother shall be ashamed, you were talking about England, Great Britain.
Yep.
You know, and you see in all these other nations or these other countries who are in league with America, starting to hate America. Germany being one of them, right? Because you know, they believe that America sabotaged those pipelines, okay, that they were relying on for the wintertime,
right.
to heat, you know, to heat their citizens up. So they're starting to hate. They say the beast shall hate the whore. So you got European Union and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization is getting mad at America, bullying them and doing a whole bunch of ish, man.
Right.
All right. So they're going to be a part of this, you know, shooting missiles off to America.
Yeah, and even let's say America did do that, and these other nations found out and had evidence.
Oh, man.
That ain't the first time America's done
somebody over.
Yeah.
They kill Iran, said their man.
Yep.
They like, this is the only thing y'all just figured, okay. You know, well, all right, we're sorry. We'll never do it again. It's the first time we did something like that. Like, man, they've been doing this shit, man. That's why the scripture said, hey, they shall hate the whore, man.
Yep.
You know?
Reports was coming out on there that the CIA had warned, I think it was Germany or NATO before that shit had happened once prior to this shit happened.
Yep.
And then they came and did it. America did that shit. I'm speaking as a man.
Right,
America did that shit. I'm speaking that. That's my opinion.
Right. A lot of the things that happen on the earth concerning, you know, a great death or some sabotage or something happened, America had their hand in that, man.
Yep.
What's
You
the
know?
scripture say about Esau? The thief comes not but to kill,
Right.
kill, and destroy. That's
Right. You know, all these wars and battles, man, they were all set up by these elites. They had alternate plans and alternate agendas, man. Look, 9/11, you know, Civil War, Civil War. What was the other major
The war on weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
And all these nations now got weapons of mass destruction.
Pearl
Why
Harbor.
isn't not
Pearl Harbor.
Why isn't America going to these other countries now and they're sitting there telling you we got thermonuclear missiles, we
Right.
got chemical weapons. So for the same false pretenses that America went into Iraq for, he should be doing the same thing to these other nations, but they're not. And
Right.
that should show you that they went over there for other reasons.
Right. Yeah, if another nation, if America found out that another nation was harboring all these diseases and little protected tanks in these science labs that they could unleash into the public at any time, in any place, at any time they wanted, they would wage war on that place, man. They were like, oh no, you cannot have these, you know. Really, they want to have it set up where we're the only ones that can have these certain weapons and these certain different things, man, and technology, man. And if you got it, you're seen, you're basically regarded as a threat to them, you know.
You're gonna be painted
Right.
as a threat to the world.
Yeah. If you have any type of power, you're a threat to the so-called white man. And that's why, the so-called white man looks at us as a threat. You know, concerning these elites, they look at the men of the Lord that are out here on the highways and byways as a threat to them.
Right.
You know, because they see that, oh, okay, these guys got power on a certain level. You know, so we're a threat to them, and that's another reason that he's gonna, try to demonize us on a high level.
Can't be controlled. Can't be
That's
tamed.
right.
You letting it die.
Right.
Jake ain't ready for that.
Right.
Jake consumed by
Yeah. Con.
one life to live.
Right. So they're looking at us like, so what's the next level? They see us now. These guys got power. They got the knowledge. How did they know that? How did they know this? They're speaking things before they happen. So what's the next level? Man? What's gonna happen next? Next thing you know, spiritual powers, man.
Right.
The next level is, men flying through the air, man, taking down your armies. If we don't stop this now, they're gonna destroy our military infrastructure, man. You know, so we gotta stop them now. Because what's level 2? What's level 3? You know.
What we're doing is that, so when you look up the word coup,
Yeah.
right? When you look up the word coup, it's like resistance
What is
against the
that?
government.
Yeah.
We are doing a spiritual coup,
Right.
Right now, all the things that we are doing is speaking the words of the Lord. We ain't
Right.
doing nothing else.
God.
When you take over a government in regards of a coup, I think that's how you say the word. You gather up people, then you go do physical violence. But guess what's happening? The Lord is gathering up His elect men, and then the Lord's gonna put the spirit on those men to do that physical violence to Babylon.
Right.
All we doing is pushing out the word to get that going, man.
Right.
So they're gonna be upset, like the brother was saying. What's next? What's next is after this word has completely gone out, destruction. That's what's next.
Right. And if I could just say, the brother read a scripture earlier. The power shall stand in fear. That's the elites.
Yep.
And the top government officials, they're seeing a great awakening of a people who were hopeless, but now found out who they are through Yahweh Shemel Shai intervening, turning that light switch on, and they're seeing the chariots.
Yep.
The chariot siding, so they're in fear. They're realizing it's out of their control.
Jeremiah 3:16.
Yeah.
It said first with 100
Oh,
fishes of men. And now we're being we're about to be made hunters.
Yeah.
And then even the next verse tells you about how they shall go into the cliffs of the rock. They shall go down and get them.
And we gave you the warning, but the Lord gave you the warning first.
Right.
So don't be mad when it happens. And going into those elites, man, elites got whole sections of the earth blocked off, which you could never, that are guarded by military personnel that you could never set foot on, man. They got mountain ranges, 100, 200 miles or just nothing but bunkers, man. You just drive down a road, but you got to actually be let in.
Yeah.
You got to have a particular position to even get on these roads, and it's just nothing but, you drive for miles and miles, and they got different bunkers set up that go hundreds and 200s of feet underground, man. Mansions, 30, 40, 50 levels, man.
And you think, vacant land.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, whole goddamn
Next thing you know, a helicopter.
Yeah. And shoot your ass.
Next thing you know, a helicopter. You're a violation of.
It's like Lone Rangers.
Yeah, God.
The Forest Rangers,
Yep.
look how the hell
Yep.
and they know I'm in. And they got sensors, man.
Yeah. The park ranger.
Yeah, park
Yeah,
ranger
God.
and shit, man. You be like, I got 30 acres I'm on.
Right.
You have to go shoot this deer out of sea. Yeah, all right.
And these bunkers be lavish, man. You're talking about a skyscraper, something
Yep.
like that. It's
Yep.
underground, right?
They did a documentary on
They
that.
did that.
And,
Each level was a
lifestyle-
different joint.
Yeah, the luxury lifestyle of the wealth of the rich. or
Yeah, they
whatever,
gave you a little
yeah.
glimpse.
They had a golf course down there.
Golf
they
course,
had everything.
They had
man.
plants growing
Plants,
on one level, pool.
Yep.
Remember that movie Machete?
Oh, what's that?
Remember that movie Machete?
I ain't never seen
I don't know if it was the first one or the second. The one with Mel Gibson. Remember he was on the stadium. $1 million to get your own bunkers. Y'all remember?
I ain't never seen all of
that.
it. I saw some of it. I ain't seen all of it.
That's crazy.
Mel Gibson on the joint. He
Yeah.
had $1 million to reserve your bunkers.
Uh-huh.
I was like, huh? I said, damn.
It's crazy.
Now,
I'm gonna keep reading, brother. We're done. This is Jeremiah 50:13. Because of the wrath of Yahweh, it is not to be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goes by Babylon shall be astonished
Yeah.
and hiss at all her plagues.
Yeah, they're gonna be astonished and hissed. This place is gonna be set up as a memorial, man. This place is gonna be turned into a desert land, you know. And this place is talked about. We're gonna be saying, hey, that land right there, man, used to be a place of nothing but wickedness, man. You know, we're gonna tell stories about this place to our kids.
Verse 14, it says, put yourselves in array.
We're gonna be able to show our kids a visual before and after. Woo!
You still had it.
That might be a picture in the kingdom on every wall, before and after of
Every century from the
Yeah.
beginning, every 100 years.
Right. Before and after, man.
It says, put yourself in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Spare at her, spare her, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against you. How about you,
That's
Mount
beautiful. Hey, we was going into it earlier. Overkill, man.
Yep.
You know, these other nations coming out with the Tommy gun, man. And we know 5 missiles could destroy America, but we're gonna send a million.
yeah, we sent them all.
Yeah.
We sent all of them.
Send all of them. Fuck it.
And what it said,
We're not gonna need these bullets anymore.
ever see what I'm saying? Press the goddamn button.
Yeah,
Right.
they overkill, man. They ain't trying to take down America and then bring their family and their troops over here and establish we're taking their land. And stuff.
Yep.
You know, they ain't doing it like that, man. They're completely obliterating this place.
They're not coming to invade.
Right, they're not coming to conquer and set up and establish their, their own sect of government, man, their own rulership. Yeah, we took down America, now we run this place. No, it ain't working. They ain't in that type of mindset, man.
Plus, the Lord said the place is going to be wholly desolate.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's going to dwell here is
Right.
strange creatures.
Yeah. America's
It'd
angry.
be the first time ever to actually have a nuclear war.
Yeah,
You know, he had an atomic bomb.
Right.
This is literally like the first time.
Right.
You know, this ain't nuclear missile ain't for invading lands. That's for obliterating, man.
That's why when the brothers read the book of Joel, it says there has never been any before them and none that's going to come after in the generations to come, because there's not going to be no more need for nuclear missiles after this place is destroyed.
and there's a process of buildup.
Yep.
You know, these other nations are almost at the tipping point. You know, so many things have happened, and they're really at that point. Next thing this motherfucker does, I'm gonna kill him. Remember the old cartoon with the shoes coming out? So angry.
Hey, Majin Buu.
Like he had them holes in his head.
You know?
You hear the Steve Pot? His face is getting so mad.
Hell yeah.
It was one on it was the one, the strong arm guy. Popeye. Remember?
Yeah.
You know, that's how these other nations are. They're at the point. They're at the tipping point, man.
Yep.
That process of America doing so much fucked up shit, trying to control this, trying to control that, their agendas, you know, and all the things that they have done in these other lands. These other nations are like, yo, we about had it with you guys, man.
You know it's gonna be crazy. It's really like it's a strong instrument, because look at how much they really like. They say it, but then they don't really want to do it,
Right.
because they know this is a liberating
Right.
fucking thing.
Right.
This ain't no 2000
Right.
people died, 2000. No, this gonna destroy shit.
Right.
It's
Hey.
over.
And they're so mad that they're joining forces, man.
Right.
You know, when you get mad to a certain point, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure I take this guy. Hey, y'all coming with me? Hey, let's go together.
Like the brother had said earlier, the scripture where he quoted, I think it's in Joel the 3rd chapter, let the weak say I'm strong.
Russia, man.
Turn your plow
Right,
to hooks.
All these other nations, man, they're gonna side with Russia. You be like, you know what? We got a better chance.
Yeah, my bad.
He said we got a better chance if we side with Russia, man, to make sure this thing happens.
Hey, remember Ali the cousin? Ali the cousin.
The one that got stumped out? Yeah, the one that got stumped out.
Remember when they go get Kate?
They came
He
deep.
said, yo, they loaded the guns. He said, kill them. He said, hey, yo, y'all niggas ready? You gonna kill these niggas with mid-bang.
It was like 8 niggas in the car.
And went Kate up. Hey, that's gonna be the mother nation of America, man.
Yep.
Hey,
Because he went and got his he went and got his homeboys.
yeah.
Because he knew like, yo, if I go get home,
If
if
I
I
can't
get
do
Witch
it
McCall
again,
and this,
again.
you know, I ain't coming for myself. You know, I'm gonna get some guys that are bigger and stronger than me.
And they were all angry.
Yeah.
The dudes, other dudes,
He said, "Kid, your brother right in front of you."
He said, motherfucker. Dude, other dudes said, motherfucker, you with the gun. That's gonna be these other nations, man, in America, man.
Right.
Remember Kane trying to run? Boy got wet up.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be America,
Ain't a
man.
kid though. But ain't no kid gonna be saved over here in Babylon. The Lord ain't gonna spare nobody.
Right.
Like the writer with the equine in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, the Lord told that man to spare nobody.
That's right.
Have no pity. Yep.
Except for the elect.
Yeah. And yet the elect's children, you know, certainly the elect's children will be saved, you know, and like the brother's dream, man, you know. But hey, man, for you, hey, you little nigglets, man, you ain't got, hey,
No chance in
Once
hell.
a
you ain't got, these little nigglets, man, they ain't got no chance, bro.
Oh, you remember? Another part of Dragon Ball Z. Remember,
Dragon Ball Z fan.
what was it? What's the dudes that the Grand Kai? Remember Kid Buu was just destroying planets?
Okay.
They showed King Kai, the Kais, the Grand Kai had like a portal,
Like he can see.
yeah. Buu was goddamn destroying goddamn planets, man. By a beam. That shit was just blowing up.
Yeah.
That's how his brother was talking about, the vision. You're gonna go up in them chariots, and you're gonna see like a screen. You're gonna that glass. We're gonna see America burning, man.
Right.
And it's gonna be way 10 times better than what we can explain
Right.
or fathom in our mind.
Can't put a
Man.
number on it.
Yep.
I got it. Joel,
Isaiah 34.
Isaiah, that's it, I got it.
Nah, it's water. You can start at the top and read down to verse 6.
Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Said verse 6.
Oh, no, just read all the way down to verse 6.
Okay. Verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
Yeah.
His fury upon all their armies.
Yeah, the Lord's indignation is upon all you nations. Ain't none of you nations going to come out victorious,
Right.
man. You know, one of you nations
Right.
might last a little bit longer than the others,
Right.
but his indignation is upon all you nations, man. You know, even in the nation of Israel, you know, the Lord's indignation is upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as well. Go ahead.
He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter.
That's right. They're being delivered to the slaughter. All right. That's going to happen when World War III pops off to its fullest extent, man. You know, when World War III reaches its final end, you know, because you could say that we're basically on World War III right now. You know, the beginning of World War III. You know.
He should be
Yeah,
all
Con.
the way.
You got it, bro.
It says, reading on Isaiah 34:2, he have utterly destroyed them, he have delivered them to the slaughter. Verse 3, it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Yep. And America's gonna have a horrible stench to it, man. You know, from all the bodies, even before that great destruction comes, this place is gonna have a horrible smell to it, man. From bodies, right? Hey, you can smell something dead from not miles, but from quite a distance. You know, when the wind carries it.
And there's not gonna be no freedom, not gonna be running in that day.
Right.
You know?
It says, reading on verse 3, it says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Yep.
Verse 4.
That blood will be everywhere.
Hey, yo, remember the movie?
Right?
Remember the movie War of the Worlds? Where the things was coming out of the ground, they was grabbing people up and fucking extracting their blood and spreading the blood all over the whole land. You know, them things were spreading blood over the whole land, man. It was taking the people up with the little things that came out, and it was putting them up in there, and it was literally putting like a little injection thing in them, and it was, huh? Yeah, and it was sucking all the blood out of them. And the one guy was like, "You're taking our blood." And he was trying to raise like, "No, not my blood." And it was really those things that were coming out which would say really represent the chariots. Those things that were coming out the ground were just spraying the blood all over America, bro. You know, and it was just blood everywhere, and it was like some blood that would like, move, and they were using it for some particular. I forgot how to plot in the movie, but it's been so long since I saw that movie. But go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 34:4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved.
Yep.
And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Yeah, that nuclear cloud, man. That nuclear wave that's gonna come through the land. You got it, bro.
And all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off the vine.
That's right. Hey, when a leaf falls off a vine, it don't go back on the vine, man.
Right.
The leaf fall off on the vine, and hey, man, it hit the ground, man. It don't stop midair and go back up to the top.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
If I may add to what he was saying and reading in verse 4,
Uh-huh.
just in Nevada last week or earlier this week, there was a damn mushroom cloud. They think people are doing those experiments again in regards to nuclear missiles. I don't know if y'all seen that article.
I ain't seen it.
I'll see if I can find it. I'll put it in the group chat. But you can see a mushroom cloud out there in Nevada because that's where they was doing those testing.
Right. Go ahead.
Going back to Isaiah 34:4, it says, "As the leaf falleth off from the vine,
Yeah.
and as a falling fig from the fig tree."
Yep. Hey, man, like a fallen fig from the fig tree, man.
It's like even leaves during fall time.
Yeah.
You're about to see it.
Yep.
All those leaves do what? They fill the ground.
Yep.
That's gonna look like missiles, man.
Yep.
You seen a big gush of wind and all the leaves fall down?
Yep.
You like the nukes, man.
Verse 5. Oh, yeah, I see. Verse 5 says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven."
Yeah, those nuclear missiles are gonna go out of the firmament and come back through the firmament, man. That's how they travel, man. They travel so high that they're going through the firmament, almost basically you could say in space.
Yep.
Before they come back through the firmament and hit their mark. Go ahead.
Yep.
Hey, remember the movie 300? He said,
Fight the shade.
like the shake.
Yeah. He said, all arrows fly out to the sun. He was representing King Xerxes.
Hey, remember, they got ready? They said,
He gonna fight the shade.
and when arrows came,
Yeah.
and they blocked up
Light the sun out, bro. That's how the nukes is coming, bro. That's another thing that's going to darken the skies, man. If the skies weren't already dark enough, go ahead.
But it's gonna be like this. It's already dark outside. You go into a room, you close your eyes. If the room is already dark, you go into the room and you close your eyes. You can shut it real tight. That's how the day of the world is gonna be. Well, you can't see nothing. It's gonna be pure dark.
Only light you get is when them shits. Only light you get is when the nuclear missiles hit their mark. It's gonna be so bright.
Another beautiful
The
day.
explosion is gonna be so bright. You ain't gonna be able to close your eyes, man. There's
You can see yourself in there from there.
that soldier though. A bunch of the soldiers that were doing a lot of nuclear testing back in it's either World War I or World War II. I think it was World War I. They were doing these testings on these ships where they would detonate these nuclear bombs out in the ocean, and they were supposed to put their heads down between their legs, and they would have these goggles, and they would close their eyes. They said those missiles were so bright that when they closed their eyes, they could see through their eyelids, and they could see through their skin. They could see themselves as skeletons.
Yep.
They could see their bones, and they put that shit in movies. Remember the old cartoons when a great explosion would happen, and all of a sudden they would see themselves, skeletons.
Yeah.
So that's how, and that's the old technology, man. That's the old missiles, man.
So it's the lights from the
So
the
bright you would go
illumination
blind.
from
The illumination, yeah. And a lot of those guys died from radiation poisoning.
Reading on Isaiah
You
30.
got quick. Oh, go ahead. Bring that up quick.
Amos 5:18. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Yeah, you so-called Christians. Can't wait till Jesus
Right.
comes back. When Jesus comes back.
Hey,
Jesus
girl,
loves.
we'll wait till Judgment Day.
Yeah. Jesus loves the little children. Yeah. Singing these hymns in church. And that's a form of Esau whispering sweet nothings to you.
I know, right?
Everything's gonna be. Pastor said, "Please turn your hymns to page 560." Like, God damn, how's the hymn book have as big as the Bible, bro? That just shows these pastors ain't nothing but Just
Make your
making
bodies.
everybody feel good. How you got 1,000 different hymn songs? Like, come on, man. Go ahead,
Shit
bro.
don't make you feel nothing.
Yeah.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, so it says, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. You know, because a lot of our people, man, you know, through the process of Christianity, they actually desire the day of the Lord. They think it's going to be a good day, man. It's going to be happy and cheerful, you know. But, you know, contrary to what they teach in the church, man, it's going to be a day of great destruction, man.
That's right.
You know. Go ahead, brother.
Going back to Isaiah 34. Isaiah 34 and going back to Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
That's right, man. It's going to come upon Idumea, the people of his curse, man.
Right.
You know, it's completely going to wipe out America and also various different lands all over the earth, man.
Can I read that in the Better English
Go
Bible?
ahead, bro.
Verse 5, it says, Isaiah 34 and 5 says, for my sword and heaven is full of wrath. See, it is coming down on Edom and punishment on the people of my curse. And Zechariah 5 tell you that you saw Edom in the place of his place.
So your kingdom is not going to stand forever.
Yep.
So, you know, America is not going to go on forever, man. You know, America is not going to ride off into the sunset. You know, soon this place is going to be touched, man.
That's right.
You know, this place is called what? The whore, man. You know, soon that whore is going to be touched.
Right.
You know, by that thermonuclear fire.
Can I bring this right?
Yeah, go ahead.
The definition. The concordance says, just to see if they knew what Idumea was.
Right.
And they were going to admit it.
Right.
It says Edom, right? It says red. It says descendants of Esau.
Yeah,
Okay.
right on there.
Yep. Descendants of Esau.
Yeah.
So basically,
So they know,
these
exactly.
scholars
know.
They know their doom.
Exactly.
And this is why Vocab Malone and all these other Christian scholars are fighting tooth and nail trying to prove us wrong. But deep down they know that according to prophecy, it don't line up.
Yeah, and why ain't Vocab going to debate with these scholars that wrote stuff like that? Why aren't you going to debate with these different scholars that associate?
What's the name? Mark something.
Yeah. These different scholars that even put that put their input in the Zondervan. You should be going to battle these different scholars that put their input in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. You know, like come on, man. You know, he's all set out and going to try to debunk Hebrew Israelism, but you don't never see him going out and trying to debate these different these scholars on a certain type of level, man. You know,
Man, this man information on who the Israelites were, who King James was, who ruled Europe, Britain, Scots. Man, he need to go at the people who admitted the first slave came before Judah and Levi and Benjamin. Come on, it's another thing. If Pope can't really want to, you know.
Yeah, well,
he got a lot of work to do.
Why don't you go the debate why one of the first couple slave ships was named Jesus?
Yep.
Like,
and why they were calling us Hebos?
Yeah.
And trading us as Hebos.
The brother Kazaki did a video a couple of years ago. I'm gonna see if I can find the link. But he pulled up the manifest with the slaves' names, the slaves' name that they gave him when they got on the boat, and the boat that they came on to come over here to America.
He need to get that. He need to pull up the body of James the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Why did he make that book? The kingdom.
Yeah, trade with the Native Americans.
Yeah. They the lost tribe of Israel. And Thomas Thorogood.
Right.
And there's many more. Ethan Smith.
Right.
I got a book called 1825 in Hebrews, man.
Yeah, why
all about
exactly.
Kingdom.
Why he's speaking against his one of his ancestors, Christopher Columbus, man.
They about to celebrate that stupid ass day.
Why indigenous people?
Yeah. At the same time. Disrespect, man.
Hey,
spit in the damn face.
Why you not telling them the Danish deposition of the Indians? They said everything. They said them Christians. They said the Christians did everything they did in name of Christianity.
Why aren't you going, Vocab? Why aren't you going into the origin of these holidays, man? Come on, this is common knowledge, man. Easily attained knowledge that is easily attained. You know,
but celebrate.
You know, why aren't you speaking against these holidays, man? You know, Because the origin of these holidays all go back to wickedness, back to pagan origins. You know, so why are you still celebrating something that Christmas, all these different holidays that have pagan origins to it, man. You know, the scripture says, hey, you cannot make a clean thing.
Yeah, unclean. You can't make something clean.
Exactly. You know?
Proverbs 12:19. The lips of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
Yeah, but for a moment, man. This man's rulership was just but for a moment. Very short time. Very short period of time, especially in the eyes of the Lord. You know? So, and that's another reason these elites are mad, man, because they're just looking at their rulership. And they might have had a little fun run, so to speak, but it's very, very short compared to eternity, man. You know, they really want what you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans got. They really want your blessing, man. He wants to renege. If Esau could get one wish, he would go back to the time of
that nigga Ray J, if I had one wish.
Yeah. If he had one wish, he would go back to the time when he gave his birthright up. You know, he's like, if I could go back in time and change one thing from that tired day out in the woods, you know, I'd have just been hungry. You know, I'd have just stayed hungry. You know, he'd have gave away a birthright for a quick, short meal, a half-cooked meal.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, going back to the Jewish Quran. Going back to Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Yep.
Verse 6 says,
And that curse going back to what is it? In Genesis, we're talking about what is it? This grievous to me. And basically left bed for it. Lord said, if anybody try to make war with you, he shall not prevail.
And also going to you slide, you sort of move around on your belly. You know, and being like the lowest of low. You know?
Nah, bro, that's talking about him being a snake, bro.
Yeah.
Because Esau really, he doesn't have no home.
Right.
He's a fulfilled.
Yep.
He's a vagabond. That's the word.
He's slipped away
Vagabond,
and stealed everything. He's a vulture culture.
Yep. It says, going back to Isaiah 34 and 6, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams.
Yep.
For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Hey, so a great slaughter is going to take place, man. You know, a great slaughter, man. You know, and even you elites that try to, hide or so-called in their minds try to escape that great destruction that's going to take place, you're just going to be the first fruits of slavery. You're going straight into captivity.
Right.
You know, you're going to witness the destruction of your people, and also the destruction of your land, your infrastructure, your kingdom. All right, and you're going to be taken in chains, man. You know, and you're actually going to bow down before our feet, and you're going to return everything that you stole from the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know, it says we shall bind their kings with fetters of iron, man.
Right.
We're going to put you in chains, man. You're going to bring forth all the other Edomites into the kingdom, man. You know, so you elites, hey, you other Edomites are coming into the kingdom through these elites, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. It reads on, verse 7, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood.
Yep.
And their dust made fat with fatness.
Yep.
Verse 8, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
I got that word controversy, and I want to read that verse in the Better English Bible. It says, Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of Yahweh's punishment when he gives payment for the wrongs done to Zion.
Hey, you receiving a payment. Hey, when you receive it, when you go to that word payment, you're receiving something for a work that you've done. You know, you don't receive payment for you didn't do no work. You ain't do no work, you don't receive a check. You don't receive a payment. You know,
Yeah, Scripture said we were indebted. We had to serve our
right,
payment
right,
for our sins.
right. You know, so they're going to receive a reward for their works that you've done on this earth, whether it be good or bad. You know, what is it? Yahweh Shah said that he comes quickly and his reward is with him. You know, so you're going to either receive a good reward for the things that you've done on this earth, or you're going to receive a bad reward for the things that you've done on earth. So, hey, the Lord's fair. Hey, everyone's going to receive a reward.
You know, I've been reading Ezekiel this week, right? And like from the 4th chapter on, so I got to about the 11th chapter, the Lord was always telling Ezekiel, I'm gonna give everybody what they do. So what the Lord had did, he showed Ezekiel what the people were doing in regards to their idol worship. So he was like, look, I'm gonna lay these people out over here by their altars. I'm gonna scatter these people over here. I'm gonna scatter these people over here. The sword gonna kill these people. People gonna die by pestilence over here. It's gonna be the same thing here in Babylon.
Hey, going right into a good parent. You might have a bad son and a good son. The good son, you might, pat on the back, good job. You might buy him something. The other son, he gets a spanking. Go to your room. Y'all both got something.
Y'all both got something. I'm gonna read that word controversy in the blue letter coordinates. It says rib. It says strife, controversy, dispute. Strife, quarrel, dispute, controversy, case at law. So the Lord's gonna come and fight against these other nations and to pay back them for the things that these other nations have done for us, done to us, man. And if brothers don't got nothing, can I get this Isaiah 13?
Let's finish that first.
You wanted this 9 right now?
No, I just wanted to 8, bro.
Oh, the 8? Okay.
That was 8 because unless you wanted to read the 10, bro. This is Isaiah 13:6. How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore, all hands shall be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Yeah, all hands shall be faint. You ain't gonna have no might, no power in the day of the Lord, man. You ain't gonna have no protection. You gonna have nothing to lean on. What's that stuff? Lean on me. You're not strong. You ain't gonna have no one to lean on, man. Ain't no place to run. Because if something crazy happens in America, like concerning, things that happen, people have a safe haven. They can call the police, the National Guard's coming. Let's get out of here. Let's go over here. There's some type of, place they can run to, Hey, in the day of the Lord, ain't gonna be you ain't gonna have nowhere to run. You might as well stay put.
Right.
You might as well stay, you know what I'm saying? When you see those missiles, you might as well stay right where you at.
You're gonna get delivered or not.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be
ain't gonna know, right? We see the missiles, we ain't gonna be, let's go. Like we're gonna be beating feet up the street.
Can't outrun no missile.
Come on, man.
But he can will.
Yeah. You ain't gonna be saved or delivered, man.
Right. They interviewed him.
I bet you motherfuckers are jumping in the water, bro.
Yeah, they were trying to go into the sewer.
But they said, they asked him, where was your running to? She said, it was like, we don't know.
They just been running.
They don't know.
Look, the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
The blind leading the blind.
At least if you're gonna die with a full blood.
Right. Hey, once you copy that long ago, die with that same look on your face.
Right.
That stout look.
Right.
Go out like Vegeta, man. He always go out like, if I'm gonna die with, what he say, that same pride. Go out like Vegeta, man.
That was your American
Right.
pride.
This is verse 8, Isaiah 13:8. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed, one at their faces shall be as flame. Behold, the day of Yahweh Shema Shai cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger.
Yeah, that's what they don't teach you in these churches. Man. The day of the Lord is going to be cruel with wrath and fierce anger. And like the brother read earlier, it says, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord, because you think it's going to be a sunny day, a nice day, a walk in the park, the best day on earth. Sun outside, the Lord comes out, a white man comes out of the clouds, and you go right into heaven, man. And nothing bad happened before that. That's contrary to the scriptures, man. It's going to be a cruel day, man.
Shoot, I was out there shooting basketball yesterday, man. And I was thinking like, yo, the Lord can come right now, man.
Yeah.
The Lord can come right now.
Right. There's going to be things happening. You're going to be like, damn, that's fucking hard. These people will be like, hey, yo, somebody who's cruel, a cruel-ass nigga, you be like,
inhumane.
Yeah, he overkill. Say, all right, okay. Nah.
Savage.
I give up. It could be no I give up in that day.
Right. And somebody that when you get the leader, killed by somebody, and you already dead, and they still shooting.
Yeah. They call that in court? What they call that in court? They call that
not premeditated.
So there's a word for it.
Dang, it's a word.
Overkill.
No, there's a word that they use in court for it.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. When you just go after the person's dead, you still was shooting, or still was beating them. I forgot that.
Slaughter? No, not manslaughter.
Nah, it's Man, okay, it's always on the tip of my
There's no
tongue.
Ice Cube good dude in the Hollywood Queen.
Oh,
Yeah, the big lip. He kept his dumping clipboard, man. Overkill.
Yeah, you know, that's what's about to happen, man. You know, hey, cruel, man. Lord's coming with fierce anger, man. You know, and hey, Yahweh Shah's been waiting for that day, man. He's been waiting to get that command from his father Yahweh to go wreak havoc and destruction upon this place and bring deliverance. And the angels have been waiting also, man. You know, and they've been waiting patiently, man. You know, because even the Lord Yahweh Shah doesn't know that day. You know, he doesn't know that hour. He doesn't know when he's going to be sent.
right.
Okay, when he's going to get that commandment. So he's waiting patiently as well. All right. So we got to be patient, man. You know.
So he's the Lord, Yahweh gonna be like, go ahead, son. Yahweh Shai gonna get off of his throne, get up in his chariot. This is how I'm imagining in my mind.
Yeah.
He gonna get off in his chariot, and you gonna see the sky open up.
Yo, the excitement in Yahweh Shah. Imagine the excitement you've been waiting for. You know, a
You ain't gonna
particular time.
hesitate. You ain't
You
gonna
know,
hesitate.
and all of a sudden you get that command.
Right.
Yo.
He could be like, oh, the Lord is like, I gotta do this right quick, Dad. Nah, I'm gone.
Right.
I'm gone.
Yep.
And it's like an opponent talking shit in boxing. Yeah, you know, they been going on his fight.
Yep.
He talking shit.
Yep.
He talking, every time you see him, knock him out first round.
Right.
Motherfucker
Know about that.
Yeah, motherfucker can't do nothing. To roll the knee, set the set.
Right. Talking good shit.
He like, they put the fight back again. Man, we gonna be good. We're
Right,
gonna fight. We're
right.
gonna fight this guy. And you get in that ring, motivation.
Yep.
He won't ready.
Yep.
You are like, damn, I think you're talking all this shit. But then Esau ain't, Esau, to the regular people, the common average person, Esau gonna run forever.
And you always knew it was gonna happen one day. So you were training.
Yep.
I want to hit with this punch.
Yep.
I want to do this. I want to do this. If I get a chance, I want to do a crazy move I've been working on for.
Hit that motherfucker.
You know? Yeah, Howard Shaw's got some moves planned, man. You know?
The scripture say the Lord is angry with the wicked every day.
Every day, man.
Every day he's thinking about.
Yeah, every day he think about how, I come through.
Fire to that nigga's ass, literally.
Right.
Fire.
Yo.
Straight off the rip.
He said, hey, y'all said like, I'm gonna come home and shit.
Right.
Not yet. I'm coming. Yo.
Yeah. So, you know, it's God.
Then I'm gonna disappear beyond it. Yeah, I
Right,
got
right.
flow. You know how Jake, you got how
Flashy,
Jake
man.
is. You know when Jake is a box,
Got an outfit ready, everything ready, everything's already ready.
Everything. Just imagine how the Lord himself, Yahweh Shah himself ain't come back, man. Hey, it's not gonna be nothing nice, man.
Yeah, he coming in destruction mode. He might have the chariot. He might have set his chariot up to have a destruction mode for the day of destruction of this place. He's got to hit that button, change to a certain color, a certain lit. You know,
Just wait.
you know.
It says to lay the land desolate, and which we had read earlier in the definition, which means just utterly empty. And he shall destroy the sinner thereof out of it.
Yep, that's right. So hey, man, you know, like the scripture says, somebody get Second Chronicles 15:13.
Yep. 2 Chronicles 15:13.
Yeah, and then we can get one of the scriptures to close out with. I think it's Second Chronicles.
Second
Yeah, Second Chronicles. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're
Right
talking
there,
about.
seek the Lord.
They that don't seek the Lord should be put to death in the name of the child.
Yep.
And then we can close out on Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Okay, you can hold that.
You ready for it?
Come.
2 Chronicles 15:13. That's whosoever would not seek the Lord, God of Israel, should be put to death. Whether man, it's like whether small or great, whether man or woman.
That's right, man. Read it one more time.
2 Chronicles 15:13. Sorry, 12.
Come on, go ahead, Al.
And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord, God of their fathers, with all their heart and with all their soul.
If I may add, to seek is to go out there and actually inquire, ask a question, look for, research, study. All right. Look with your damn eyes and hear with your ears. Yep. Effort. There you go. Effort.
And if I can say too, Azariah, the Lord sent Azariah, prophet Azariah, to the king, I believe it was King Oded, to speak to the big southern kingdom. But then they had northern kingdom members amongst them living in that land who was under, I believe, Jehoshaphat, was the split between Rehoboam and Jeroboam.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Rehoboam. But anyway, the Lord sent a prophet to tell them this and to make that covenant. just like he's doing in these times, sending forth prophets to tell the nation of Israel to get right with the Lord.
Even among Rehoboam, we had certain Northern Kingdom.
Yep.
It's like going back to Tobit. Tobit, they was Naphtali.
Yeah, Naphtali.
And they would go, and the first parable of Tobit, it break you down. It was that house of Northern Kingdom that would go to the house of David still.
Yep.
So you always had Northern Kingdom around.
Yep.
You didn't tell me I was shocked.
That's right.
You got it?
And if I can say too, that agreement is just like in these times, when you repent and seek the Lord, you're basically making an agreement with him. You know? Yep. So going back to 2 Chronicles 15 and 12, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord, God of their fathers, with all their heart and with all their soul. Verse 13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord, power of Israel, should be put to death.
Yeah.
Whether small or great, whether man or woman.
That's right. Men, women, and children gonna die.
Yep.
You know?
That's right.
No matter how small you are, how old you are, yeah, you old people gonna die too, man. You know? You old ass women, you old ass men. The Lord don't care you hooking up the oxygen. The Lord don't care if you're in a goddamn wheelchair. He put you in a wheelchair, man. We ain't gonna, and the Lord's gonna use his men to put a lot of you jakes to death too, man. We ain't gonna feel sorry for you or more for you or lift, shed no tear for you wicked so-called Negroes and Latinos. And, oh, he's in a wheelchair. Oh, he ain't got no legs. Nah, off with his head, man. Off with his head. You know?
Niggas that be in wheelchair be having an American flag in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Shit, look what America did to you.
I know, right?
Right. We ain't gonna have no pity on you, jakes, man. You know, and we hope and pray we're part of those men that get to lay hands on you, jakes, man. You know?
And the scripture, it's in Psalm the 2nd chapter, it's speaking about, to the Lord, Yahweh giving what he said to the Lord. Yep. The nations will be as your heritage. Yeah. And we should be in the mindset we're going to receive the same thing that the Lord is going to receive.
We are.
Exactly.
Because Yahweh Shah is waiting patiently. Hey, we're waiting patiently as well. Lord willing, we'll get the command. Hey, you can go kill.
I know, right?
I get to go kill what? I get to go kill niggas.
I want to kill Edomites first, man.
Hey, what Goku did? He put his hand on it. He get transportation.
It's the
With a
translation.
smile, he said, yo, it's gone.
You got to compose yourself in excitement. He said, all right, let me come.
Yeah,
Martin
right.
Lord says, let me calm down, get myself together. Yeah, we hope and pray we're part of the elect number, man. We hope and pray we get spiritual powers, man. We hope and pray we get to lay hands on you wicked so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And then eventually you other nations and Edomites as well, man. But like the scripture says, judgment's going to start at the house of Israel, man. You got it, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 3. I'm going to read this to 6.
And the Edomite women always be looking. Right. If you be with them, they will be with them. Their stuff, they got an old and manly, so-called manliness. So they try to be, that pump.
Yeah, but in the car, because he saw, he's a homosexual right there. He's probably in the car like, yo, these black guys are just so toned. You see their arms? They're so athletic. I mean, look at the NBA and NFL. It's predominantly Jake.
Right.
And look at the crowd.
Yeah, the front rows.
Front rows, a whole bunch of Edomites. Goddamn shirts off. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be Edomite dudes that be buying these women.
Yeah. Yep.
But these Edomite women know that something happened to them.
Yep.
Because when they be walking by, they look, and they just look like. When you said death, that group, the Edomite men,
Yeah. That was some protest group because the girl had a mic on. I saw when they were going down there, they were speaking.
Those people that walk this way?
They're right there. They're doing some protest things. They walked up and did something.
We were talking about the script, they said death, she said. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at the NFL and these different professional sports platforms, a whole lot of Edomites that don't like Jake or go watch and support got season passes to these football and basketball games, man. But go on the street, they won't even walk on the same street as Jake, man. But, throw a jersey on them, they right there in the front row cheering them on, man. Which goes right back to the Coliseums and the Gladiators and all that, man. They used to cheer on, even though they didn't like them, they would cheer on their favorite gladiator, man. Right, and it could have, and very well, it was of the other nations, man. A lot of those gladiators were Jakes. You got it, bro.
This is Ezekiel 9 and 3. And the glory of the power of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was at the threshold of the house And he called the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, constantly complaining and crying to Yahweh about Shem Yahweh Shah, man, for all this wickedness, man. You know, for all these things that are pushed into society under the rulership of these damn devils, man. You know, that the majority of our people are comfortable with. The majority of our people are comfortable with homosexuality, GMO foods, chemtrails. You know, they're comfortable with pedophilia and all this madness that's going on in this world, man. You know, they're cool with that, man. They ain't got no problem with white supremacy, man. You know?
That reminds me of Nelly Fuller's video.
Yeah. They ain't got no problem with that. But here it is, they see their own people out there standing up for something, you know, and they don't even care what it is. It don't matter what we were standing up for, as long as it's, you know, if it's against this society and against this world, they ain't got a problem. Right. As simple as that, man. You know?
Verse 5, it says, and to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Can I say something? Not interrupt. No, you good. That mark, so anybody maybe watching, is not the same mark in Revelation 13 chapter now.
I think the word is the wah.
The wah.
Yep.
Mark of exemption.
Right.
You know, just want to make that clear.
Verse 6, it says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children,
and women. To use that and be like, see,
yep,
they're getting.
You
know, they're like, yeah, see, it says that, you know, you're going to take it. NARK as well.
Well, I don't know if you know the group ISOC here in Richmond. Israel and Saints of Christ. Blue and
is that the group we went up to that one time?
No, they basically they basically IUIC, but blue and gold. They were the ones before I came, when I was coming to the truth of the Lord.
They were pushing that.
I went to them a few times before I came. I didn't know.
Right.
And they were talking about that, and it was a big controversy about the NARK, the CHIP.
Right.
And it was like, see, they have Mark here and Mark there. It's like it's not the same Mark. You know what I mean? So they try to use that. Even Israelites try to use that.
Right. Because there is this thing called lost in translation. Right. It's, what does it say with things that are translated out of Hebrew lose their power? That's right. Roughly paraphrasing.
You know, going back into the language.
Right. God, you know, you have to, man. If anything that was translated from another language, you gotta, to get the full understanding, you gotta go back to those different translations.
And like he was saying, if vocab, you should have protested about blue.
Right. You know.
And if I may add, that
he should be bad on whoever created blue letters. Going to have a debate with you. Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying that even so, the people that don't go into the words of, you know, the transliteration, the word, thank you. That's just a stumbling block that the Lord put up before them. That's all it is.
Right.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep going. It says, "But come not near any man whom is the mark, upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house."
Right.
They began to slaughter men because the judgment says that the Lord's gonna start at the house of Israel.
Yeah. And this is about to happen again, man. You know, those fishers are soon going to be turned into hunters, man. You know, those the ones you see, certain men of the Lord, the ones you see on the highways and byways, prophesying, teaching, showing you so-called Negroes and Latinos who you are, according to the scriptures, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, breaking down the scriptures, you know, breaking down the deep, dark sayings, the secrets, the parables, also giving you the true name of the Most High, the true name of His Son.
Right.
You know?
Also showing you or giving you mercy through the Lord, man.
Right.
To understand who you are as a sign of mercy.
Right.
Man.
You know, those same men, hey, man, you're going to see them flying through the air. You know, certain of those same men are very well going to come after you. You know, you might, a lot of these jakes that scoffed and scorned, you know, against the prophets, the Lord very well could have it set up. That would be one of your to-do lists, you know? Yeah, I'm going to give you spiritual power. I want you to go slay, like the brother was reading. Hey, yo, I got a certain list too, a priority list that I want you to get. Number one. You know? You know when somebody knows you when they see you. It's one thing when somebody's coming after you to kill you and you don't know them. It's another thing when you recognize them.
Right.
Remember when King David told King Solomon first came? Remember the kill you?
Yeah. Take out my enemy.
Don't let his what?
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like next Friday. Remember they saw Damien? They said they don't recognize him. There's one thing with he said David. He said damn. He said had a jeans. He said Craig and David. Threw the weight down. They were scared shitless, man.
And King Solomon created a bit that I forgot to give the name, but he knew he couldn't keep. So he could put it together.
Right.
Oh, so yeah, he told him to not leave that certain area, and then he ended up leaving.
Yeah. You know? Because the news and the media can very well still be up and running when certain brothers receive spiritual power.
And his King David, mighty man.
Yeah.
Mighty man.
God, yep.
He told put the Joab because he killed
Yeah,
innocent
yep,
blood.
yep.
You know, because society could be up and running to a certain standpoint, the media, television, the news, you know, when certain brothers receive spiritual powers. So they could very well see you on the news. We got a news report, man flying through the air, man doing this, man, you know, kills this person, takes out this army, picked up a tank, picked up a house. And next thing you know, that person that saw it on the news is walking down the street and he sees the same person he saw on TV. Shit. You know?
Hey, here he is. Here
You know?
he is. Let me see.
They know what's up. Right. They looking right at you. They know they about to, you know, they like, damn.
He said, he saw you go in the air. He said, where did he go?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's behind him.
He said, where did he go on the kill? Yeah. You know?
Slaughtered.
Right.
Everything on black.
Man flying through the air on a killing spree. You know? Next thing you know, they walk into the store and there he is right in front of you, man. You know, and these are the things that are about to happen, you know, in various parts of the earth. You know, not just America, different parts of the earth, because the elect is scattered all over the four corners of the earth. So spiritual power is to be given out all over the four corners of the earth, all over these other lands, man. All right? You know, y'all brothers can close out. You got it, right?
Hey, Lord willing, you edify before we close out. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
double honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone.
That's right.
For teaching us the 100% truth according to the Bible,
God.
and who will well. Shalom to all you Akim and you Aqua, those in the hope of elect, seeking salvation.
Shalom.
Mahar, Adawan, Yahushua. That means come quickly, Yahushua. That's the spirit that we should be in. But Mahar, Adawan, Yahushua.
Kwam Yasharala.
Shalom.